Nice shot. We've seen what you've done with perfect.
This live sports presentation is proudly brought to you by New City Nissan, Zippy's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, and Shopo, Hawaii's Police Officers Union. This is OIA football. Campbell versus Kahuku. Live and local from Hilo to Hanalei, we're covering the spectrum of games that people play, and it begins right now. Stadium, a beautiful and breezy Friday afternoon in Aloha. We welcome you to the 2017 OIA semifinals, and our doubleheader begins with a colossal matchup. Number 7 Campbell ready to take on number 2 Kahuku. Take a look at the bracket. Kahuku, the top seed, out in the blue division, got a first round bye, defeated Kampale just last week. For the Sabres, a bit of a longer route, defeated Castle, and then a tough, gritty victory against Lelehu on the road. And now Campbell finds himself in the OIA Final Four. Great to have you with us in our booth. Felipe Ojastro, Darren Hernandez, Jimmy Bender coming up in just a second. On paper, Coach, Kahuku seemingly to be the favorite, thanks to a phenomenal defense all season long.
When you think about Kahuku, you think about their defense. Their defense, amazing. This season against Hawaii opponents, they have given up only 3, count them, 3 offensive touchdowns all through the air. They have not given up a rushing touchdown. They're giving up a paltry 4.8 points per contest. Amazing stuff.
So in order for Kahuku to continue that dominance, they're going to have to go up against a very difficult trio of defenders here for the Sabres. They have to contain lightning in a bottle here for the Sabres, and 3 solid sophomores anchor this defense.
I love these 3 guys. Super sensational sophomores. Poki'i Adkins Kupuka'a has done it on both sides of the ball all year long. Also, Tyrese Tafai and Jeremiah Tawai. These guys combined for 11 interceptions. Tafai and Adkins Kupuka'a, also big play players on offense. They're going to need a special type of game from these 3 tonight.
Meantime, here for Kahuku, they've been the gold standard here in the OIA. 25 OIA Division I championships, trying to get to the title game on November the 4th. They've been rugged all season long. That Kahuku smash type of offense and defense have been carrying them away with Enoch Nawahine and Nalu Emerson.
Exactly. You hear Hulk smash. Well, this is Kahuku smash. Nawahine, 718 yards on the ground, 9 touchdowns. Nalu Emerson is a force with 2 pick sixes in the defensive backfield. These guys are tone setters for both of these programs. But those 2 guys for the offense and the defense for Kahuku, amazing stuff.
25th meeting between these 2 since 1963. Kahuku leads the series 20-3. They've tied once, and they've also won the last 3 consecutive games. Campbell going for the upset. A monumental task lies ahead of them in the first semifinal of the OIA playoffs.
This sale is so big, it's national. Get up to 5 medium pizzas for $6 each when you buy any medium or large pizza at menu price. You heard right. That's 5 medium pizzas for $6 each. It's the National Pizza Sale, only at Hawaii Pizza Hut.
Spectrum OC16 is your home for the 2017 OIA football playoffs. Join us for some Thursday night football on October 26th for championship night. First at 4 p.m., it's the D2 JV Championship. Then a wild season comes to a close with a battle for the D2 crown. It's the OIA football playoffs on Spectrum OC16. Proudly brought to you by New City Nissan, Zippy's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, and Shopo.
This sale is so big, it's national. Get up to 5 medium pizzas for $6 each when you buy any medium or large pizza at menu price. You heard right. That's 5 medium pizzas for $6 each. It's the National Pizza Sale, only at Hawaii Pizza Hut.
New City Nissan is Hawaii's premier Nissan dealer and a proud sponsor of high school athletics. You can check them out online at www.newcitynissan.com. It is New City Nissan in the heart of Kalihi. It's a beautiful Aloha Friday here, and some very special guests with us. Mark Coleman, Spectrum Sports VP of Engineering and Operations, along with Andy Murphy, visiting us here in the islands. They've been with us these last couple of days. Very classy gentlemen. Good to have them here. Do the coin toss and join us here in Aloha Stadium. A toss that was won by Kahuku and elected to defer. And so Campbell will try and get their offense going as we go down to the field with the New City Nissan Field Report. Here's Jimmy Bender.
Thanks a lot, Felipe and Coach Hernandez. And it's so great to be back in the stadium again. Gotta love that. And in fact, both of these coaches spent some time here playing in the stadium during their prep careers. Over on the Campbell side, Coach Darren Johnson did it as a Red Raider back in the early 80s. I asked him what are his memories of playing here in the stadium. He said, well, of course, the wins. He said, we had a few here in the stadium. But he said also that bond that you have with teammates playing in an environment like this. He said, noted that, yeah, it still looks exactly the same except for the turf, and there's a little bit more rust. But, you know, it's cool to be here. Over on the Kahuku side, well, Coach Makoa Freitas, he spent some time in the trenches for Kamehameha back in the 90s, played some games here at the stadium as well. He said he just really loved the atmosphere, the environment, everything about it. The only thing he's disappointed about tonight is that they have the crowd all on one side. He said he likes it when they separate it out so the teams can have their fans right by them. But other than that, he's ready to get a good football game going here in the stadium once again. That's it from here on the field. Let's send it back up to the booth with you guys.
All right, Jimmy, thank you very much. Enjoy the noise and enjoy the afternoon as we take a look at our officials, brought to you by Shopo, Hawaii's Police Officers Union. Wade Miranda wears the white hat. Brandis Mirafuentes, Bobby Carrillo, Sean Magura, and Santos Barbasa. The field judge is Robert Victor. The back judge is Aaron Orsatti. And, of course, if you would like to become an official, the Ofoa organization is looking for a few good men and women who would like to join the officiating ohana and enjoy the benefits of wearing the stripes while officiating youth and high school football. If you would like to be a part of this select group, just log on to oahureferees.org, or you can email Ofoa at ofoa.secretary@yahoo.com. A ticket to the title game ready to be taken here as Campbell will have the ball to start us off. Duke Heffernan get ready to kick this one away. The likes of Jesse Freitas and Poki'i Atkins Kupuka'a to return this. Heffernan filling in a big void lost last year after Stokes Nihi Pali Batella was the place kicker. Heffernan's got a good, powerful leg, though, at just 152 pounds. The junior will try and pin it back. Weather has been great. No sign of showers. It has been very gusty at field level and even up in the stands. We'll see if the wind plays into a factor here tonight. In semifinal number 1, off we go from Halava. And here is Freitas from the 5. And Freitas is still up on his feet. Takes it to the 20-yard line. A return of 15 after Kamale Kahalepuna comes in to make the tackle. Zippy starting lineups look like this offensively here for the Campbell Sabres. Up on the line, Mose Timotel anchors this. Braden Gackstetter in it. King Carino in as well. Skill positions with the likes of two-way guys in Poki'i Atkins, Kupuka'a. Jalen Henderson is a very clutch catcher. It might have to be key in order for them to get the ball down the field for Cranston Kaipo, who is second in the state in passing yards. He's 3 away from 2,000 this season, and he's second in the state in passing touchdowns behind, or tied with, I should say, Chevin Cordero. High snap, Cordero, and Kaipo able to bring that one in. Falatea able to bang him down. It's a disastrous start here early here. Wow.
Boy, and this Kahuku defense is going to smell blood real quickly.
Look at that, Coach. Samson Reed, Virginia commit. Jared and Nalu Emerson in that mix. Fatu Atuaya, Frisco Aveao. Nohi Kaniho, the DB. And you flip it over to Mickey Ayu, junior class president. He has really grown in his leadership, and he is the one guy that a lot of these guys have kind of rallied behind after the massive loss of 14. Kaipo wants to go to the air, and he just got the ball outside of the goal line to avoid the safety as Fatu Atuaya gets the sack.
When you play Kahuku, you cannot have this type of errors. We saw last week where Campbell's center had a problem with high snaps, and that messed up a lot of plays. You saw the massive 14-yard loss on first down, and now it was another high snap that Kaipo had to handle and did just enough to get out of the end zone and avoid that safety.
And a flag is down here. It could go against Joshua Salvito, or it could go against Kahuku here.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be encroachment.
Offside. Defense, number 92, lining up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So it's on Samson Reed.
Well, this is not a good spot to be in if you are a playing the Kahuku Red Raiders and this vaunted defense.
Campbell, the pressure came, got hit, and it's nearly intercepted just through the hands of Nalu Emerson. Would have been his 4th pick. He was wide open.
And there you see the talent level of this Kahuku team on defense. They're just bigger, faster, stronger than their opponent. They will impose their will on you, and they'll do it quickly. And they take advantage of situations. When you have bad field position, you have a terrible play, they're going to take advantage of it.
High punt from Tawai, hung up in the wind. This will be a short one unless he can get a bounce. He does so all the way to the 32-yard line. 26-yard punt. And Kahuku with terrific field position here to start us off with the zippy starting lineups here for the Red Raiders. The defending OIA champs with Inoke Vimahi, Micah Maritirangi, Siosi Lauhingoa, Trison Mao, and Siliva Toilupe. Inik Nawahine is outstanding. 2nd in the state in rushing yards, 3rd in yards per game, 3rd in rushing touchdowns as well. And then you have the quarterback, Sol J. Maiava, coming off a 202-yard performance the last time against Campbell. From the 32. Nawahine. Side swipe there by Cassius Taualo. To the run of 5 here to the 27-yard line. Campbell's defense looks like this. I'll tell you what, they're going to need Cassius Taualo because the likes of Isaac Savao, who is out with an ACL injury, suffered that against Lelehua. He is done for the season. Tyrese Tafai, the linebacker, the Nevada, offered sophomore. And Poki Atkins Kupuka'a. It'll be a big test for him. He's done okay against some really good defenses. Can he have the breakout game here tonight? Play action, Maiava over the top, wide open, and he overthrew. Wow.
Sol J, just an amazing athlete, still working on being a polished quarterback. But, you know, if you believe in putting your best athlete back at quarterback where he's going to have the ball in his hands every play, then you got to go with Sol J because he can make so many things happen. You're going to take a poor throw like that and you're going to say, look, it's the first play jitters, first drive jitters. He'll settle down and he'll start to dial it in as the game progresses.
This is a 3rd down and 6 after Alapa was wide open. Effort in the motion man here for Kahuku. Fake it to Nawahine. Quick hitter. This is Alapa. Brings it in for the 1st down. Alapa all the way inside the red zone to the 18.
And Thornton Alapa, 5'11", 175 junior, is also the backup quarterback. This guy is a prime time player. He's got a lot of skills. What a playmaker he has been for the Red Raiders.
Alapa, who also is a secondary quarterback, as we mentioned, gets his 3rd catch of the season. Good for 10. We have a whistle here early. The play clock went down. This is going to be a delay of game against Kahuku.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
You know, this is not your grandpa's Kahuku as far as the offense. In fact, this is not your Kahuku offense of just a couple of seasons ago when they ran through the entire state in Coach Vaitata's first year, when they pretty much lined up in an elephant formation the whole game. Now they're in the shotgun. They're trying to be more balanced with a mix of run and pass.
Moved it back 5. This is at the 23-yard line. Maiava. Good tackle there by Tyrese Tafai, stretching him out.
Tyrese Tafai, probably the most important play of the game thus far for Campbell, because if he does not secure that tackle, Sol J goes to the house.
Maiava with 111 rushing yards this season, but it's not the biggest amount. It's particularly in the red zone where he seems to thrive.
Second down and 15. All kind of confusing here. Makoa Freitas upset.
Timeout, Kahuku. First charge, timeout.
And because of it, Kahuku has to burn a TO early. Just getting started. We'll step aside. Scoreless in the first.
Just wash it later, bro. Ask your mommy to do it for you since you still live at home.
Yeah. I don't even know how to do my own laundry. There's something weird.
What's that?
I'm always tired on Thursdays.
Well, we do always go out every Wednesday night.
Wait, what day is it?
Bruh, tonight's Wednesday.
I work in 6 hours.
How do you not know the days of the week?
Aloha, Guy Mello here in Levin Holloman from Honolulu Ford. Folks, one of the bad things about having the largest inventory of Fords in all of the Hawaiian Islands is we have to keep 300 of our vehicles at another lot. And unfortunately, we've lost our lease there. So now we need to figure out how to get 300 vehicles right into your driveway. Folks, we've got 100 new F-Series pickup trucks and 150 SUVs for you to choose from. And financing has never been more incredible with Ford Motor Company. So remember, better price, better selection. You better get to Honolulu Ford.
Show your support for Hawaii's law enforcement community with official Shopo merchandise such as shirts, hats, stickers, and more. The store is open to the public Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 1717 Hoy Street in Kalihi. Proceeds benefit officers and their families statewide. Big tackle from Tafai for the Sabres. Sets up this 2nd and 15 here. His first drive started at the 32. Maiava and the offense back on. Here is Maiava, the left side, trying to get past Taualo. He did. Maiava, 10. And skips out of bounds after Stone Africa stalked him to the sideline right at the 5-yard line. That's that maneuverability you talked about, Coach, that's made this sophomore dangerous.
What a tremendous play. It's a weak side, basically read option. And he saw the opening and took it, and what a big play threat he is. A fresh set of downs inside the 10.
And now it sets up 1st and goal officially at the 7-yard line. First and goal, opening drive. And it off to the edge. Nawahine 5. Nawahine to the pylon and in for a... Let's see here, just shy of the goal line. Wow.
Wow, it looked like he got there, but it's going to be a flag on the play, but it looked like he got to the pylon. There you see him lay out, and the pylon is a touchdown.
Offense, number 77, 10-yard penalty for that spot. Replay first down.
Not negated by that flag, as you mentioned, Coach. Surprised the official ruled him just shy of the line. He was inbounds and went to the pylon, but all for naught. Past Dylan Duque did Nawahine. Nawahine, the former Puno Buff and Blue member, as we mentioned, the transfer that came in. He has been outstanding. At 718 rushing yards and 9 rushing touchdowns this season. Penalties have really hurt Kahuku trying to build some momentum, especially in the starts of games. Same recipe here. This 1st and goal from the 19. Maiava to the air. It is incomplete. Tafai was guarding Heffernan on the outside.
Great protection by the O-line for Maiava. Maiava, you know, he is one of those rare talents where it looks like he wants to take off and run at any moment. And I think he's trying to develop as a passer, trying to develop and go through his progression and not just take off and run at the first sign of an opening.
Tole Lefau is now the running back. This is play 7 of the drive. Lefau 10, Lefau 5, rumbles his way all the way to the 3. Tawai the tackle. It's a run of 16.
Wow, look at Toale Lefau, 5'10", 220, a Civil War guy. He's a north-south runner, a classic fullback in the Kahuku offense. They always got those guys. They always got a few of those fullbacks that can come in and just plug and play at fullback.
3 rushing touchdowns last week against the Hurricanes. This is 3rd and goal now. Opening drive here for the Red Raiders. Here is Nawahine, who is going to be stopped shy of the line. And he'll bring a 4th and goal coming up. Bryson Tuisalo'o, big 62 in the white and the orange, makes a stop.
Well, this right here is a huge victory for Campbell if they can hold them to a field goal attempt. Let's see what they do here. Well, they're going to go for it. Big stakes, big stakes football right here.
Kapulisi Ilata, the fullback, left fouls the tailback. Left foul is in for the touchdown.
You know, Coach Freitas not going to be too happy with how long this drive took, but he'll be happy that they finished off the drive with a touchdown. So great job, Duke Heffernan, 36 of 39 this season.
He's made 11 consecutive here for a junior, grandson of the great Tommy Heffernan, and bangs it through. Got a little scary there for Kahuku, but on 4th and goal they cash in. Toalele foul, TD for the season, and the first points of the game here for Big Red.
Hi, I'm Kaipo, a Spectrum installer. I may have added services to your home or business. I'm a father and a coach, but I'm also a proud member of IBEW Local 1186. We care about the community and we care about you.
Working hard at the jobs they do. IBEW Local 1186. Local people serving local communities' communication needs. IBEW Local 1186. Lighting your path to the future.
Hey, we're all in it together. We come together to practice, to play, and to win. Because living, loving, and exploring together creates the kind of memories we will never forget. Sometimes, just being together with family and friends, that's a destination all in itself. When it comes to what matters most, let Budget help you get there. Save big on priceless memories. Visit budget.com/aloha for our best Kama'aina rates.
Mike's Engraving and Trophies is the official trophy provider for Spectrum OC16 Sports. For all your special achievements, you can call Ryan at Mike's Engraving and Trophies. 486-5220. They're located behind Cutter Ford in Aiea.
Love to see the band members showing their school spirit.
All the fans are condensed to one side of Aloha Stadium. It'll be the theme throughout the night. Mililani and Waianae Game 2 of our semifinal doubleheader. And right now, it is the number 2 team in the Spectrum OC16 Power Rankings, Kahuku, up 7-0, nearly halfway through the opening period. Can they get a good return from Poki Atkins Kupuka'a? Will they give him a shot? This is muffed and picked up at the 21, and Kupuka'a is tripped up after a run back of 4, and Feso Malufau able to yank him down. And that's where the second drive of the night will start here for Campbell. Take a look at the previous meeting here, Coach. Kahuku forced 3 interceptions. That offensive number here for Campbell obviously has to improve if they want to win here tonight.
You know, they were held to minus 18 yards on the ground and only 44 yards through the air. 26 yards. Kaipo had 44 and 3 picks, no touchdowns. I mean, it really was a tough night. And when you play Kahuku, just to keep it close, you know, that's the hope. Keep it close and hope to be around at the end. You got to play perfect football. You got to play great field position football as well.
Some slight confusion here. Hunter Kopp is lined up just off the line.
Delay game.
Oh boy.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
All kinds of confusion here. Darren Johnson, his first season as the head coach here at the Campbell Sabres, has revitalized this program. Each of these teams will at least get one more game after this. The top three make it to the Division I Open. And off a handoff to Salvito, he gets blown up by Mickey Ayu.
Wow, you talk about getting jacked up. I mean, these guys are shot out of a cannon. Are you kidding me? Mickey Ayu is just absolutely shot out of a cannon into the backfield. And before that play could even get off the ground, you had Kahuku defenders all over it. Wow.
See Matt Fung on the left side, Solo Soliai, the defensive coordinator with the hat on. Former Kaiser DC, helped take Kaiser to a Division II championship a few years ago. He was the man who was here when Lee Leslie was the head coach for Kahuku. Solo Soliai, phenomenal.
You know, he is one of the best young defensive coordinators in the high school ranks, no doubt about it.
I just had his birthday recently, earlier this week. This Kahuku defense, I mean, there were a lot of question marks heading in, obviously, with the losses. But haven't skipped a beat here in the OIA season. And now we'll see how much of this is mental for Campbell after the hit from Ayu on Salvito. Five rush up top for Atkins Kupuka'a. He couldn't bring it in after Kaluna Nihipali, the former Crusader, and now Red Raider these last couple of years, was in on the coverage.
Nice job of double coverage here by the Kahuku defense. They understand, they know what's up. They know that Atkins Kupuka'a is an amazing talent. They're going to put two guys on him every time. And that time, boy, great job by Nihipali.
He's bulked up, gained about 15 pounds of muscle. He's in terrific shape. But more importantly, his work ethic and practice, if anyone gets a chance to see it, it is outstanding. As good as it gets for an athlete like Nihipali. Of course, the cousin of Stokes, Nihipali Botello. This is third down and 20. Kaipo fires high. Henderson with Nihipali. Flag is out. Did Nihipali push off? And if it is, this will be 3rd and 5.
One referee was the referee trailing the play called a penalty. The referee running with the play did not.
Here's Wade Miranda.
Pass interference. Defense, number 40. 15-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Let's see here, Coach.
You know, he put a hand on him. I didn't see a push. I'll be honest. I did not see a push. It looked like Henderson was losing his balance on his own, but you put the hand together with the loss of balance, and it appeared to the referee, a bang-bang play that he pushed off.
And it's a good point, because sometimes it's more the aesthetics of it, and that's why that extended arm might have been enough there. Remember, it's not an automatic first down for pass interference, so it's a gain of 15 for Campbell, and now makes it a manageable 3rd and 5. High snap again, and Kaipo is down. Like piranhas, Kahuku comes with Lauina Falatea.
My goodness, this Kahuku defense on 3rd down, it's so difficult, and it's doubly difficult when you get a high snap, and Kaipo just get hog-tied. He gets hog-tied there. Falatea, 6 feet 190, a safety, listed as a safety. Most teams he'd be a linebacker. It's a big guy.
It's the first sack of the season for Falatea. And a much better punt here from Toai towards Ayu. And Mickey Ayu says, I'm going to take this myself from the 34. And Ayu had to be grabbed onto quickly by Malcolm Kilaulani. And Ayu will have it for Kahuku in their second drive of the night at the 45. 7-0, semifinal number 1.
Thanksgiving, time to get together with family and friends. If you want to spend more time with your loved ones and less time in the kitchen, let Zippy's restaurants do the cooking for you. Our Thanksgiving meals to go let you relax and enjoy your holiday. Order online and save up to $15. You can order just the turkey or whole or half turkey packages with all the fixins. And don't forget to add on pies and maki sushi. Prepayment and pickup are available at these locations. Order online and save on Zippy's Thanksgiving meals to go turkey packages.
When you're building for the future, it's not often you have your eyes on the ground. But there it is, right below our feet. An ever-expanding, state-of-the-art, fiber-rich network designed to connect you with what matters most today and tomorrow. Which is why we're never done building for the future. That's who we are. Spectrum.
Earlier, I talked about the fact that Campbell head coach Darren Johnson is a Kahuku alum, and he was excited to get the coaching job in Eva Beach, despite the fact that he still lives just down the road from Kahuku. While some would not like having that drive every day, Darren loves it. I asked him what he does during the 40-plus miles each way while he's driving. He said one of the things he does, he likes to record himself talking about things so he can remember them later. He also loves to listen to country music, particularly, he said, every day I listen to my dad. His dad, Warren Johnson, who's passed away, but his dad had a band. Warren Johnson and the Gator Creek Band, he listens to that music every day as he's driving the 80 miles round trip back and forth to Campbell. Let's send it back up to the booth now with Felipe and Coach Hernandez.
It is a very long drive, and Darren Johnson, who was a point guard and quarterback and track athlete.
You know, DJ was my offensive coordinator at Kapolei in 2014, and he turned me on to that genre of country western music.
Really?
And so I like it a lot. I have a very eclectic mix of music on my Spotify, and thanks to DJ, I got some country western going on in there too.
The first down pass was high for Thornton Aloha. Here, 2nd and 10 now. And it's a handoff for Enoch Nawahine, who stumbles his way after Maya Tawai comes in and makes the tackle. And now the rain entering Aloha Stadium for the first time here tonight.
Gracie Nawahine, 6 feet 185, a perfect size for a high school halfback. You know, he's not really built 250-pound type of guy. He's a 185, solidly built, fast, and a great vision, and can take a lot of punishment as that running back.
Mayava fires. It's off Alapa's right hand and incomplete. Wow, Chance Ho'opai Tofili drop back in coverage from his linebacking spot. And the pressure came from Cassius Ta'alo.
And a victory for the Campbell defense. Great pressure by Ta'alo, forced that errant pass by Mayava, and a punt now.
Alpine Erickson has been punting since around the midway point of the season. He's been the most consistent one in that stretch. He's got a pretty good leg. As Alpine Erickson from Alpine, Utah, that's how he got the nickname. His actual first name is Ethan. It's a high sky ball for Poki Atkins Kupuka'a. And they'll down it right at the 17-yard line. 34 on the punt with 4:20 to go in this first quarter.
And not horrible field position considering where they've started on the first two drives.
What do you tell your quarterback here if you're Coach Darren Johnson?
Well, what I tell my center is make sure we get no high snaps. That's the first order of business. I tell the quarterback, be aware of the snap. Make sure you get the snap down first and foremost. And then don't throw a pick here, you know, because this defense feeds off of interceptions and turnovers. Don't fumble, don't throw a pick.
King Carino is the center these last couple of drives. As Kaipo floating one high for Henderson. Incomplete. Flag is down again. And it is Kaluna Nihipali who is guarding Henderson. Will this be another 15? You can hear the wind whip through as the rain comes in. We've had gusts as strong as around 30 miles an hour all throughout the day.
Pass interference. Defense, number 40. 15-yard penalty. First out.
We'll see if this one was a little bit more obvious. They grabbing the hip there?
You know what? That's really I think it's a tough call. I mean, you know, they're hand fighting. They both have an equal, you know, they both have an equal right to the ball.
If you're Nihi Pali, you're thinking, God, what do I got to do here to play corner? There you see the penalties early. In fact, the best offense for Campbell so far has been the penalties. With 5 flags against them, this is first down and 10. Fake it to Salvino. We have a flag down prior to this. It's a false start. Second flag here against Campbell this afternoon.
False start. On the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
You know, and that's too bad, Felipe, because they had a nice play call. They had a play action with a slant behind it to Henderson, and it looked wide open. You know, DJ must be beside himself at this point.
Campbell's completion percentage this season has been 51%. Fakes the give, and he goes down. Sacked. Fatu Atuaya, number 3 of the year.
And very smart play by Kaipo under extreme pressure and not letting that ball go. It could have been a fumble. It could have been a strip. And good on him holding on to that.
You know, penalty marker down on the near sideline.
That came late. So we'll see how they sort this out.
Coach, you and I have been here, I don't know, about 5 years now doing games. This is as windy as it's ever been, I think, here in Aloha Stadium.
It feels awesome. It's nice and cool up here. We're up here in the catbird seat, and it feels great.
Holding. Defense, number 40. 10-yard penalty.
Oh, boy.
Run and run. Okay, first down.
Wow, that's 3 penalties on Nihi Pali. And McCaffrey is saying, what is he doing? He's saying that to Sean McGurran, who's the instructional chair of rules. Nihi Pali, on the 2 pass interference calls, looked like pretty good defense.
I think it's important for Nihi Pali to keep his confidence, keep his composure now. He's been hit with 3 penalties in a row, and he needs to, the coach needs to tell him, look, man, just 1 snap and clear, forget about it, move on to the next play. Have a short memory, and you need to have a short memory as a defensive back.
Timeout. Campbell. Second timeout of that first half.
With 3:45 remaining. Campbell, 7 plays, minus 38 yards so far. If they can pull off the upset, they'll reach the OIA Division I title game for the first time in 20 years. And I think I knew who the head coach was at that time. That was you, my friend.
Yeah, it was. We had a great team back then, 1997. Our quarterback was Rodney Tavui. We had some great Campbell athletes on that team.
Anything that you remember about that game in particular against Waianae?
Well, I'll tell you what, we scored on a double pass to keep it real close. And then, unfortunately, we turned it over. And they ran the ball well. You know, we played them in the regular season. They had West Kali'ikipi, and we beat them at Waianae 22-21. And we did a great job stopping West Kali'ikipi. But in that championship game, he was just a bear, and he ran the ball well. Kana Kawai was the quarterback, and they pulled away for the game winner in the 4th quarter. It was a close game, and one of the starting tackles for Waianae was Walter Young,
that's right.
head coach. Yeah,
part of the last Waianae team to win an OIA championship. Out of the timeout, first down and 13. Coming across, Samson Kapulisi'ilata trying to time it. This will cost Kahuku 5.
Offside. Defense, number 90. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Apple so far 0 for 2. Throw a pass to Henderson, throw a pass to Poki Atkins, Kupuka'a. Just trying to find something going. The run game has been a bit hard The likes of Jacob Covington out with a collarbone injury. Oh, devoured! Mickey Ayu and Langa Thompson come in.
Oh my goodness! I can't even imagine. It seems like the offensive line, they weren't ready. Somebody snapped the center snapped the ball early, and the offensive linemen, they're telling each other, wait a second, and they weren't ready to go, and the entire D-line just poured in like butter.
Third sack of the season here for Ayu. Second down and 14. What next? Throw middle. It's caught this time at the 40. And bringing it in is Jacob Smith for catch number 1 of the season. Falatea tags him there. It's a gain of 11.
Wow, nice play by Kaipo here. Under pressure, delivers it underneath to the tight end. It's a big third down here.
0 for 2 this afternoon here for Campbell. This wind is swirling. It's actually going from the opening in the left corner of Aloha Stadium towards us. They've had to battle the wind. They've had to battle Kahuku blitzing. And we have another timeout taken by Campbell.
Timeout, Campbell. Third timeout, third and final timeout of the first half.
So they burn all of their timeouts here with 2:23 to go. So it's 7-0 Kahuku. Hey, the OC16 Ohana is back. You can check out 6 Picks, the series that features our local culture. It premieres on Monday, October the 30th at 8 p.m. exclusively on Spectrum OC16. Kahuku's defense has been dominant for Kahuku. Only allowing 4.8 points per game.
And that's factoring in the 17 they gave up to Bingham, a nationally ranked team on the mainland. I mean, it would be down to about 2 points a game if you add in their Hawaii teams.
And I know you love defense, Coach, and this Kahuku D swarming on 3 sacks so far.
They are just everywhere in the backfield, hog-tying Kaipo, putting pressure on him from every angle. 4 sacks already. Wow, my goodness, it's like a Red Sea.
3 in the last 4 minutes here as Kaipo goes down. Hello, Samson Reed. As tough a guy as you'll see in the OIA, Reed brings Kaipo down.
Another sack, and Samson Reed at 6'3", 264 is a man-child. Big, strong, one of the best defensive linemen in the state of Hawaii.
And now the 3rd sack for him. Mickey Ayu is back deep to return the Tawai punt. This one wobbles up. It is muffed and brought in, but he gave a fair catch signal, and so after the possession of the ball, it's down at the 38-yard line. 27 on the punt, and Kahuku will have it here.
You know, last week against Lelehua, Tawai struggled in the punting game. He had a lot of punts that bounced, took a negative bounce and bounced backwards. And in this swirling wind thus far, Tawai has gotten off 3 pretty good punts.
With a $141 here to go, Kahuku's dominated this game with 5 sacks already in this first quarter, but the score is only 7-0. Campbell forced Kahuku to punt on the last drive. They will run it here with Nawahine. After the gain of 2 to the 40-yard line, he was ruled down. So Xavier Catalina is slow to get up here. Campbell has already been plagued with injuries, most notably Isaac Savao, who had 7.5 sacks this season. He is out with a knee injury suffered late stages in the game against Lelehu in the quarterfinal round. So to try and supplement at least some kind of depth, Campbell brought up 16 guys from the JV squad. Certainly hope that Catalina is okay.
Catalina, ooh.
His old man.
Ouch. And that's a tough one, you know, in the pile, in that mashup of bodies, when you plant your foot and somebody's rolling in around you, that's tough.
It was Poki Atkins Kupuka'a to collide with him there, Coach. And there you see Savao. He's a game changer. And
well, Savao was a big-time player for the Sabres.
Yeah. It's good to see that Catalina's up, but he has to be helped off here. That's tough to see, especially when you have to keep as many guys as healthy as you can, because this isn't the final game for either of these two teams. They'll play in a third-place game, November the 4th, for the final spot into the Division I Open State Tournament. So with 1:25 here to go, Kahuku has it with 55 yards of total offense. Mayama's only completed one pass here tonight. He's 1 for 5. 2nd and 8. Fake it to LaFau. Mayama launching one. Alapa couldn't bring it down to the ground on a solid effort on the dive. Dylan Duque was guarding him. And now Alapa slow to get up here.
Well, this play, you talk about great protection, a nice ball, and almost a circus catch on the other end by Alapa. Alapa, such an athlete.
They only threw Alapa into receiver really since the first game against Lelehua, which was August the 11th. And he's allowed himself to be a little bit more versatile and thus earn more playing time. 3rd down, Mayava scanning, got out of a jersey tug, pushed out of the plate. Tafai has to try and chase down. Mayava to the sideline and out of bounds. And a 1st down. Run here all the way inside Campbell territory. Jeremiah Tawai on the stop. It's at the 44.
And Mayava is just amazing. Any defensive game plan, you can have a spy, you can have 2 spies, but once the play starts to develop, he can break down any defense with his feet. He'll change directions, he'll throw on the run, but usually you'll see that, well, he'll dance out of bounds after getting a 1st down.
It's a run of 16 to extend the drive here. Inside of a minute, quarter 1. Semifinal number 1. And before that play got off, we have a whistle.
Timeout. Kahuku. 2nd timeout of the half.
I don't think I've ever seen 5 timeouts taken combined in the first quarter.
I've never seen that either, and here it is.
See Makoa Freitas, 3rd different head coach last 4 seasons. 4th in the last 5 if you include Reggie Torres. Came in for Vaitata after he spent 2 seasons up north. Won a state championship 2015. Freitas played at the University of Arizona under Dick Tomey. He spent 4 seasons in the NFL after getting drafted by the Colts nearly 15 years ago. It's always tough being the head coach of a very notable and nationally recognized program at Kahuku. It's weird that they had that coaching carousel recently, but Freitas has assumed the reins and has done a nice job here.
Well, the coaches may change, but one thing that does not change at Kahuku is the talent. Big, fast, strong, and the community support and the belief and the mystique in that football program that runs deep.
Hand it off here, Nawahine. Enoch Nawahine spun away. Enoch Nawahine. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Kahuku.
Wow. Enoch Nawahine putting on a show. And this run right here where he does a Barry Sanders-like spin. a spin move. Wow, that is beautiful. I mean, that's the spin button on your PlayStation right there.
Touchdown number 10 here for Nawahine. Heffernan back on off the hold from Kuniho. $14-0 Kahuku.
Great blocking up front. Nawahine bursts through. And that spin. I mean, you can't teach that. That's an instinctual move. And bursts outside. He's something else.
If you take a look at his numbers all season long, this is heading into tonight. Inik Nawahine at 718 rushing yards. That's second in the state. You can add one more touchdown to that total. Everyone looking upstairs at Kahale Huddleston over in Hilo. He has 16. But Inik Nawahine, I mean, he has been such a gem here for Kahuku and proven why. He took it 44 yards for 6.
Last season played for the Punahou Buff and Blue. And this season as a senior, he's back with his home school. There you see Coach Rod York and the Mililani coaching staff waiting this one out. They're going to be getting ready to take on Waianae in the second game of our doubleheader.
It's a very long first quarter so far.
You think the 5 timeouts has something to do with that?
I think so, Coach. Waiting for somebody late to come on the field. It's Sekope Latu. So he becomes the 11th Red Raider. And also looking for a T as well. So we'll tee it up here in Sekope Latu now. It's a very heavy leg. We'll line this one up. Latu transferred in from Tonga a couple years ago. The flag is down. We've also seen 9 combined penalties here in this first quarter.
Offside, kicking team. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
Key Atkins Kupuka has only been targeted once here tonight from scrimmage. Nearly had a good breakaway on the last kick return, but he muffed it. So a chance here for Sekope Latu to try and pin this one back. Campbell has won 2 OIA Division II championships. Looking to play in just their 3rd OIA Division I championship game if they're able to climb out of this 14-0 hole. Poki Atkins Kupuka'a. Atkins Kupuka'a. Good cutback, got past Alapa, but he ran into one of his own teammates. And because of it, KJ Makatiag able to knock him down at the 46-yard line, and it's the best starting position of the night here for the Sabres.
This guy is such a spark plug. Look at the moves. He has sick moves. I mean, in space, in a crowd, this guy can really juke it.
Atkins Kupuka'a right now. He's looking at the replay on the Jumbotron here. Joshua Salvito is the running back. Haven't seen too much of Malama Vaimui yet or Tyrese Tafai. The pressure has been nonstop for Kahuku. 5 first quarter sacks already. Throw the out, it is incomplete. Intended for Christian Quiambao, the 5'10 junior. A whole lot of ankle injuries throughout the summer. Had 2 screws and a plate to repair a fractured ankle, and then removed about a month ago. And Quiambao, there you see his yards per catch, but a lot of it has been deep shots over the middle. That one to the sideline, and now with a half minute here to go. 2nd down and 10. Kahuku brings everybody. Sack number 6. And Faisal Malufal gets his first one tonight.
And one of the big problems, there's a big disconnect here with the offensive line and that clapping snap count, because on several occasions we've seen the ball snapped and several times where the offensive line was not ready. The other thing is a lot of the patterns down the field are longer patterns, longer developing patterns. And Kahuku understands this, and they're bringing the heat and forcing the issue.
End of the first quarter.
And it makes it tough on Kaipo.
For a team that only had negative 46 total yards of offense in the first quarter. 6 first quarter stats here for Kahuku. And the reigning defending OIA champs up 14. And off we go to the second when you come back.
Education starts with a good foundation. At Damien Memorial High School, we guide young men and women to be respectful, responsible, and community-minded citizens. We stress the importance of a great education, but we also nurture the creative side. What's your favorite activity at Damien?
Football. The games are awesome.
Hula. We could share our Aloha.
Robotics. I like being techie.
Band. You get to experience the games and a lot more.
Find your passion at Damien Memorial School. Call now to schedule a personal tour. Have you discovered Cater Kids? Hawaii's largest resale store for mommy and baby. Need a stroller, jumper, toys, or clothing for the kids and mommy? We are the best place to turn for a wide selection of gently loved items at half the cost of retail. We're so confident in our clean, quality products, we back everything with a 30-day warranty. Have items they've outgrown? Sell them to Cater Kids. We'll give you same-day cash. No consignments, no waiting. Cater Kids in Waipahu. Quite simply, Hawaii's best place to sell, shop, save.
The Enterprise now rents a variety of commercial trucks on Oahu. You can visit enterprisetrucks.com for your trucking needs. Enterprise, a strong supporter of Hawaii high school sports, including the HHSAA Hall of Honor. For more, just log on to enterprisetrucks.com. Felipe Ojastro, Darren Hernandez, Jimmy Bender with you. Great to have you with us here in Halava at Aloha Stadium for the OI semifinals. 14-0 Kahuku. Offense got to get going here for Kaipo. Underneath, here's Tyrese Tafai. Knocked down there from Mana Whanomoana Valmu. We have a man down here for Kahuku, and it's Nalu Emerson.
And this is a scary injury whenever you see a defensive back or any defender fall face first into the turf.
And we have a late flag that was tossed as well. So we have a penalty marker down, but obviously the major concern here is on Emerson 8 on the right.
Lalo Emerson coming in for the tackle here and goes low. And again, we don't want to speculate on the extent of the injury, but again, it's so scary when you see a defender go down face first, and we love to see the fact that he's standing.
Emerson was the biggest and tallest and most physical guy on the JV team last year, and through his efforts, earned him a starting position.
After the play, we got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on the Kahuku bench. 15-yard penalty, results first down.
I was following that as well. One of the assistant coaches had a few choice words to say with one of the officials, and because of that, after a great catch and run of 16 for Tafai, it's plus 15 more, and so the gain is 31 with the penalty. Deepest penetration of the night here for Campbell. Short passes have worked underneath. They get protection. Kaipo wants to step and goes right into the arms of Longa Thompson. Wow.
And these guys have so much speed and size. Longa Thompson, 6'3", 225. Do you see I mean, what do you say? I mean, they just got waves and waves, and they're all BFS, bigger, faster, stronger than you are.
It's a sack here for Thompson. First one of the season. And the first one here of the period, 54 seconds in. 2nd and 11. Underneath again. Atkins Kupuka'a had a duck underneath. And able to bring that one down at the 29-yard line.
You know, I like the idea. Go underneath, get Tawai and Tafai and Atkins Kupuka'a the ball quickly. And instead of those long developing routes, especially with your offensive line having a tough time handling this blitz.
A really incomplete pass here. One catch had, or one official had that as a catch. Another two came over and said incomplete. Atawaya tagged him there. 3rd down. Kaipo the deep drop. The pressure came from Atawaya. Oh, this kid is special.
Atawaya is just, I mean, he timed this blitz and then he gets that big bear paw on the undershirt of Kaipo, and Kaipo has no chance. But again, great job by Kaipo of not fumbling the football. I mean, he has been under assault in this first quarter, in this first early second quarter. He's held on to the ball.
Popped up here and hauled in at the 15-yard line. The Jets from Nohi Kaniho. A stutter step to the outside. He'll cut it back. Nohi Kaniho got a chance and escorted out of bounds after Jesse Freitas funneled him to the sideline. A late flag is out, the 41-yard line. As it stands right now, it's a return of 44.
And this is why you do not punt the football to Kahuku under any circumstances. You punt the ball out of bounds. They have the best punt return team in the state of Hawaii. And if you punt the ball to them, they will change field position in a millisecond on you.
We got an unsportsmanlike on number 7, Kahuku. That's his first unsportsman. 15-yard penalty, first down.
It's the first one towards a potential disqualification. Cost them 15. Let's break down the first quarter stats. They are delivered by Pizza. The numbers shifting all to one side. It's for Kahuku here, Coach.
Well, amazingly, Kahuku with only 4 first downs, but look at the rushing yards for Campbell, minus 57, total yards, minus 46. Utter domination by the Kahuku defense. They have a tendency to do that to people. They're amazing. The 7 penalties for 67 yards. They're on pace for a whole bunch more at this rate.
We'll throw it out. Here's Heffernan. On a cutback, Tawalo had to push him down from behind and pushed him for a first down.
And that time pushed him forward for a first down.
Let's see if we can find the unsportsmanlike conduct right here. They ruled it on Kaniho, and he throw the ball back at the player? Yes, he did.
And Kaniho was reacting to being pushed out of bounds. He thought late. Again, that was I didn't think that was a big deal, but you can't throw the ball like that.
So the 45-yard line, first down and 10 here for Kahuku. First drive of the period is a Mayaba throw, and it's caught. Here is Kaniho. Kaniho worked real hard to improve his offensive game. Remember, he was a lockdown corner last year as just a freshman. And here, asserts himself for another first down.
Yeah, this guy is something else. Playing varsity as a freshman. He and Soljay, only sophomores. They're going to be around another 3 years. Another 2 years after this season.
With a 9:28 here to go. Ball's at the 33. Fake it to Nawahine. Mayaba was pressured by Tofili to the sidelines. It's up and it's intercepted. Jeremiah Tawai. Tawai with a big play here defensively for Campbell. His 3rd pick of the year.
Jeremiah Tawai, one of those super sophomores we talked about. And this time, Mayava getting a little bit too risky there, throwing the ball late and across the field. Just throw it out of bounds.
And how about that, Coach? It's the 20th interception. 20th interception this season. It leads the OIA.
Nice job by Tawai, and gives the Sabres new life here with 9:14 left in the second period.
Tawai. A lot of people are waiting for those collegiate offers. It will come, no doubt, for a sophomore that has really turned around his attitude, his energy, and has contributed well. We have a penalty marker down. It is a false start here against the Sabres.
False start. Offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's on Jalen Henderson.
Earlier we said there was a disconnect between the O-line and the center snap. This time the receiver moves.
Henderson's been targeted a couple of times. Only Tafai and Jacob Smith have caught a pass here tonight. A bullet right over the middle and stumbling down to the ground. The ball came out, but not before. Dylan Ursua gets his 5th catch of the year, right at the 44. It's a gain of 7.
And I like the idea. The middle of the defense is actually the only place you can attack for this on this Kahuku defense, because they blitz their backers. They leave the immediate middle open. They have a ferocious pass rush and a deep secondary, like a umbrella coverage.
Kaipo goes down. Samson Reed, along with Mickey Ayu, helped tag him.
Samson Reed is just, I mean, he's like a lumberjack, ready to cut some wood. Just a big dude.
And it was Ayu first in on contact to get the sack. Ayu has 2 sacks here tonight now. This is as hard as the rain has come down. Kaipo hit as he's thrown. Got rid of it quick, though, to Henderson, who got sideswiped. Back at the 44. He'll gain about 6. Falatea in on the tackle.
And Kaipo got crushed on the throw by the other Samson, big number 90, Samson Kapule Siilata, who goes 6'3", 255. Well, you got 2 big dudes, 6'3", 250, and 260, and they're both named Samson. You can't be fair. Come on.
Must be nice. This defense has been a big reason why Campbell has been unable to get the offense flowing. We have a flag out. And if accepted, this will be the 13th combined flag. Kahuku already with 9 flags for 97 penalty yards.
12 men on the field. Defense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And there's flag number 10. Oof, man. At times it has been really ugly here in terms of the flow of the game. As Tawai boots this one right to Ayu. Mickey Ayu, a stiff arm. A second one. Oh, Mickey Ayu.
Oh, my goodness.
Get out of his way. Kanoa Kaichi able to escort him out of bounds with 7:21 remaining. Kahuku, 14 first quarter points, a whole lot of sacks, and a couple of stiff arms from the junior, Mickey Ayu.
Why am I sitting here at this ridiculously long table in the middle of nowhere? To invite all my friends in the industry to try this. Fast Food's first ever ribeye burger. Made with 100% ribeye beef, grilled onions, a red wine glaze, and creamy Havarti cheese. Ah, here comes the competition now. And of course, since they work for my competitors, I've obscured their identities. Except for this guy. He is so screwed. Try my new Havarti and grilled onion and all-American ribeye burgers.
Spectrum OC16 is your home for the 2017 OIA Football Playoffs. Join us for some Thursday night football on October 26th for Championship Night. First at 4 p.m., it's the D2 JV Championship. Then a wild season comes to a close with a battle for the D2 crown. It's the OIA Football Playoffs on Spectrum OC16. Proudly brought to you by New City Nissan, Zippy's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, and Shopo.
In that last series, the Kahuku defense did get the stop, but they were without number 8, Nalu Emerson, who was on the sidelines going through an apparent concussion protocol. He put his helmet on, and then the trainer told him to take it back off, so he's on the sidelines with no helmet right now. This is a guy who in the last meeting between these two teams had a couple of interceptions and was the impact player in the game and almost had that interception earlier tonight. So we'll keep an eye on this situation. Let's send it back up to the booth right now with Felipe and Coach Hernandez.
Here's the play, Jimmy, as Emerson went down quick, Coach.
Nalu Emerson is a stud. I mean, that long flowing hair, we hope he's okay, and I think he looks pretty good, but he looks like he could be like a superhero or something with that hair.
The mane going on. Will he enter the game? What a juke here on the outside for Mayava, but did not get to the edge after the likes of Jeremiah Tawai closes in on the tackle.
What a play by Tawai on the second level. What a juke, though, by Mayava. Two great individual plays.
Of course, we all know the history. Masoji Mayava was offered by Michigan as a freshman during the GPA camp. Now in his second year in the varsity team. Starting to grab this team by the wheel and steer it in a direction which, for Kahuku fans, hopefully ends up in a state championship. Fires it for Alapa. Tafai closes in, trying to rip the football. Oh boy, Tongi able to take that one. Africa finally brings it down. Tongi, his 14th catch of the year.
Sitaleki Tongi, not a big guy, 5'8", 165, but look at the drive and the power. And you know what that is? That is heart. You can't measure heart. And this is a guy taking two bigger players and driving them for the first down.
Tony was always told as a kid, you know, you're too small, can't play football. Did well during JV. Now these 2 years on varsity, it's that one down. This is high and incomplete over through Heffernan. .609 here remaining. Whose energy in practice was a little sluggish on Monday and Tuesday. It picked up in the Wednesday practice. Nawahine and Mayava did not practice on Tuesday. Both of them kind of nursing injuries, and Nawahine already has a rushing touchdown tonight. 2nd and 10. And here's Mayava. Slides down, but he was shy of the first down. It's from the start of the slide. So he descended at the 31. Poki'i Atkins Kupuka'a able to tag him. It's a run of 8.
That's a smart play by Mayava. I think the coach has talked to him about not trying to win the game on every down. And after that interception he threw when he tried to make a play when there was none to be made, that's a great job by a young quarterback who's learning the ropes.
Oh, this one went off of Mayava, and then Nawahine picked it up and was stretched out and knocked down by Tyrese Tafai. Snapping wolves for both teams now.
What a play by Tyrese Tafai. If he doesn't make this shoestring tackle on Nawahine, he gets a first down.
Cassius Tawalo helped stretch out Nawahine to the sidelines. And Erickson will have to punt it into a very gusty, swirling wind. Atkins Kupuka'a, the only guy back there. Can he get a return? It goes off Erickson, who slipped. A flag is down. A big collision. Campbell, pending the flag, will have the ball. It was recovered by Kanoa Kaichi.
A poor snap for Erickson. And he just could not, well, he slipped and then got rocked by Tawai.
Odie, 34 of Kahuku. That penalty is declined. First down, Campbell.
And it's the best starting position of the night. And is this the spark the Sabres needed?
Well, this is a great opportunity now for the Sabres. Now, if you look at Campbell's woes, it's been pass protection, it's been high snaps. So it's going to be very tough. You know, you got to really think about what you're going to do here. And this was a bad snap. There you see the hold by 34.
It was on Alan Talanoa. Campbell just trying to get something on the board here. Kaipo fires underneath. It is caught. Ursula shed off one tackler before being knocked down by Lunga Thompson. Ursula, for the first time this season, has caught more than a pass. He's had 4 passes. He's caught 1 in 4 different games. He has his second one tonight.
I like the idea. Pass protection problems. Get the ball out quick. Throw them where they ain't.
Slotback's getting a whole lot of action here. Ursua's second catch for 12 yards. That one a gain of 5. Kaipo, pressure off the edge, puts it up, incomplete for Henderson. The heat applied by Kahuku yet again.
And Kahuku, they are content with sending more players than you have in to block. You have 5, they'll send 6. You leave a back in 6, they'll send 7. And they'll create matchup problems all across the front line and force you into a situation where you're going to have to get rid of the ball quickly or make some adjustments and do max protection even to try to fend off that ferocious pass rush.
Third and final timeout of the first half.
Each team empty now. Kahuku up 14-0. Timeout.
In Hawaii, good food brings people together, and great food takes time. That's why at Popeyes, we slow marinate our chicken to give it that savory Cajun crunch. And no meal would be complete without our mouth-watering buttermilk biscuits and delicious signature sides. Stop in and get 10 pieces of our famous fried chicken, mild or spicy, for just $14. Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. Visit us in Kalihi, Salt Lake, Waipahu, Mililani, Kapahulu, and Pearl City.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Hi, Lauren. My husband has been driving his Honda Accord for quite a while, and we think it's time for something new.
Now's the best time to get a great deal on the 2017 Honda Accord. Name one of Car and Driver's 10 best 31 times.
That's nice. But you know how much I love driving my baby.
Even though it gets great mileage and a rear view camera comes standard?
Well, life is about moving on. Let's test drive this beauty.
Find the perfect Accord for you at the Honda Perfect Accord sales event happening right now at your local Honda dealer.
Princeton Kaipo has put up some decent numbers. These are state rankings. 1,997 passing yards, a lot of it against teams in the blue division that are no longer obviously here in the tournament. So it's a big test here tonight against arguably the best defense in the OIA. Underneath, it is caught. Touchdown, Poki Atkins Kupuka.
And I really like the play design here. Atkins Kupuka, their best player, their best playmaker. Get the ball in his hands. Just a simple crossing route.
Vaimoi will hold it here for Ariel Villanueva, who has 71% for his career in extra points. He's 30 of 40 this season, and he will send that one down the pipe. Campbell finally gets on the board. And Atkins Kupuka'a, TD number 9 of 2017.
Nice play call, having him come across the formation on a shallow crossing route. Hitting him in stride did Kaipo. O-line held just long enough.
right, when things haven't been going your way in the first half, Coach, and you finally punch one in, how much does that help your quarterback and the team overall?
Oh, it's huge. It's a huge thing for your quarterback, especially. I mean, he's been under so much pressure, and for him to get a touchdown pass here in the second quarter, you know, a lot of game left, but 14-7 with 3:48 before halftime, they'll take that, no doubt.
All right, touchdown of the year now puts him above Mitchell Quinn from St. Louis for the most touchdowns in the 808. With 3:48 here to go. So Kaipo tosses the TD for 18 of the year. And now can Kahuku find an answer here? They'll line it right into the hands here. And it is Frisco Aveao. Aveao met by Tawai. They try to pry the football, but Aveao able to hang on to it past the 25-yard line. Jesse Freitas in on the stop.
Penalties have been the bugaboo this half for the Red Raiders. 12 penalties, 117 yards, as opposed to just 3 for 15 called against Campbell. So they have been their own worst enemy thus far.
Now Mahine's only carried the ball 5 times here tonight for 56 yards. It's a lot of play action here for Mayava.
And in their first meeting, he only had 62 yards in the whole game against Campbell. So 56, not bad in the first half.
Oh, a wide snap for Mayava, and he goes down. It is a nightmare for centers tonight for both teams. And Chance Hole Paitofili takes advantage here for Campbell.
Not sure if this is the normal center, but that's 2 snaps in a row. That's low and outside. Not in the strike zone at all.
Didn't have possession. It officially goes down as a team rush. Trice Mao, the center here for Kahuku. Second out and 16. Mayava, Heffernan, did he bring it in? Incomplete, hit the ground. Tawai was guarding him.
And that time it was a good snap, but Mayava mishandled it. And Mayava not under pressure. Not sure why he let that one go so soon. He was not under pressure. Kind of rushed it on that. And now it's third and forever.
These are dry footballs as well, though rain has been gone for the last 20 minutes now. This is 3rd and 16. Mayava wants to wind up, launching down the field. It's incomplete. It was intended for Kanoa Chrisman. Stone Africa was guarding him. It's 4th down, and Kahuku will have to punt.
That's a big win for the Campbell defense, even though they were aided by the poor snaps. Still a victory. They will take this with 2:46 left. 14-7. A close ball game. The stats don't say it's close, but that don't matter. It's just the score on the scoreboard that matters.
What does Coach mean by that? 136 total yards for Kahuku, minus 15 for Campbell. Erickson, a high short punt. And it dies down, and Alapa has to bring it down to the 35. Wow, it's a 14-yard punt. Campbell, a chance with great field position when you come back.
Good, beautiful. Nice.
Okay, great. I'll see you when I get to New York.
Malia, the buyer needs you.
I'll call him back in 5.
She says she'll call you back.
This looks really great on you. I love this angle.
Malia, which one?
The gray one? Okay, you're good to go.
Hey.
Oh, amazing.
Malia, your son needs you.
Oh, are you okay? Come with me.
I have to go bad.
Let's go. Thanks for being such a good boy today.
So, you're ready to buy a new car. You know what you want, but not where to get it. You could start by going here, then here, and even here. But by then, the entire day's nearly gone. Or you can save time and go straight to Hawaii's Auto Mall in Waipio and compare hundreds of vehicles in one location. Think of all the time you'll save. Time you can spend enjoying your new car rather than shopping for it. Get your next car at the Tony Group Autoplex Waipio and experience the difference.
Hey, you have the power to impact the fight against breast cancer right here on Oahu. Sign up to walk at www.makingstrideswalk.org/Hawaii and join the American Cancer Society's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer on Saturday, October the 21st. It's tomorrow. Ensure that no Islander faces breast cancer alone. Kaipo fires, intercepted. Fatu Atowaia. And just like that, Kahuku pulls the plug on the party. Atowaia, 2 sacks and an interception here tonight.
Atowaia continues his unbelievable play at linebacker, not only as a pass rushing stud, but look at this guy over the middle in under coverage.
First interception of the season for him. The rain is back. It's the 11th pick tossed by Kaipo. And an opportunity wasted here for Campbell. Mayama felt the pressure, threw it, and completed it. Here's Alapa. And Thornton Alapa gets knocked down by Stone Africa. It's a gain of 16 first down yards.
There you see Mayava a lot of time, kind of quick on the gun there. And that time Stone Africa looked like he was looking for a kick to the house. Misplayed it a little bit, and Thornton Alapa takes it for 16.
They threw him in a wide receiver role in a scrimmage against Mililani just to see how he could do, and he's thrived since then. As Bryson Tuisolo'o able to plug up the run there.
Great job that time by the Campbell front, stopping that run. And more importantly, moving down the clock. 1:35 and counting.
This weather has been ridiculous tonight. It's rainy, it's whipping. It's Mayama who has it from the 50-yard line. Fake the give. Wants to fire. Now on the move. Lets it fly. It's caught underneath by P.J. Mataira. And Mataira, who has been outstanding and so consistent in his receiving core. 19th catch of the year. First one tonight. It's a gain of 11.
I like this guy, Peter John Mataira, 5'7", 145. Not a big guy, only a sophomore. And he has a lot of fight in him.
65 seconds to go. Mayava up the middle. Mayava spun away. Oh, Mayava to the 24-yard line. A gain of 15.
First we saw Nawahine with the spin, and now we see Mayava with another ridiculous spin to the outside, and has the presence of mind to get out of bounds with 55 seconds.
Field goal range for Duke Heffernan is around 30. They're about 11 yards away from that comfortable range. Mayava tonight, 59 rushing yards. It's about half of what he has had accumulated through the first 9 games of this season. Mayava fires middle. It is fairly intercepted by Tawai. Would have been his second one of the night. It was intended for Mataira.
Tawai with great positioning on this play, and he's going to think about this one because he had this ball all the way, and perhaps the wet ball conditions caused that to happen, but stops the clock, and Kahuku gets another opportunity here.
Kahuku will get the ball to start the second half. Touchdown here would shift the momentum drastically in their favor. The pressure came from Esprecion. Underneath, it is caught and juggled there by Inik Nawahine. Tawai able to knock him down. It's at the 14. Good for a first down. The 11th one here of the game for Kahuku.
Boy, and if Nawahine does not fall, he may be still running. And he kind of juggled it and had to fall down with the football.
3 to the right. Mayava looks that way. He'll unload it. It is caught. And just shy of the goal line is Heffernan down at the 1. No timeouts remaining here, but they will stop the clock to move the chains.
Remember all the timeouts used by both ball clubs in the first quarter.
Nawahine's the back. Mayava wants to go to the air, and Heffernan's wide open for the touchdown.
What a drive by the Red Raiders. What an answer after the interception by Atuaya. And Mayava engineering the drive, making plays with his feet and through the air, dodged the bullet with the near interception by Tawai, and now a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they do. Heffernan is 3rd touchdown of the season.
And that's just a pick play, a rub route that every team has in their arsenal. You saw the New England Patriots do it in the Super Bowl with Julian Edelman. It's a simple pick play, a rub play on the goal line. And Heffernan wide open. Heffernan last week against Campbell, 7 catches, 78 yards in a breakout performance. Also the kicker, this guy is really coming into his own as a dual threat.
And engineered by a drive led by their quarterback, Solje Mayava. How do you assess his performance, not just tonight, but here in his 2nd year of varsity ball?
Well, I'll tell you what, tonight, let's look at tonight first. You know, he had some nice runs. He's been struggling a little bit with incompletions. That interception he threw, that was a bad decision, and he'll probably look at the film and he'll agree with it. Also, that near interception to Tawai, that was another bad decision. But if you take those 2 plays out, he's played a stellar game, making plays with his feet, averaging 10 yards per rush. And, you know, the guy is just so dangerous. I mean, when you blitz a guy, he just makes him miss. But starting as a freshman, that gives him a lot of confidence this year as a sophomore.
She's at the 12-yard line. Here is Jesse Freitas.
Are Mom and Dad here yet?
Not yet.
We didn't get our lane.
We gotta stop for cash. I forgot my card.
Just use your phone.
Right.
Forgot your Bank of Hawaii debit card? No problem, because now you can get cash with your phone with cardless cash from Bank of Hawaii. Introducing Cardless Cash. Download the Bank of Hawaii app today. Welcome to tomorrow.
Growing up, football grabbed my heart. One day at practice, I planted wrong. I tried to walk and I couldn't. I tore my labrum in my hip.
As a former collegiate linebacker, I knew Jace's situation. We got him in for surgery soon after the season, and his recovery was excellent.
I felt quick, I felt strong. I ran the fastest 40 for a linebacker in that camp. The coach at UCLA called me, he's like, we have a spot for you on this team if you want to take it. I called Dr. Crawford. I told him we did it, we made it.
Well, for the foreseeable future, Moanalua football will be playing all its games on the road, and it is a tall task ahead for a team that lost a lot of good talent from 2016. So Yeselu now in his sophomore season, if you will, as the head coach of Moanalua. Coach, I gotta ask you first time, what is going on here?
Well, the field is great. The track is all kind of messed up. I believe it's a planning issue or some kind of situation with the blueprint, and there was some unforeseen circumstances that popped up, and it is what it is now.
What do you guys practice now?
Right now, we float between what we call levels, Alapu Malu Park, and we try to see if we can go to Aliamanu Middle School and possibly Salt Lake District Park. We're like the wind this year.
Just all over the place.
Exactly.
How much of a challenge is that for you and the rest of the guys?
That's very, very hard because a lot of our kids, they walk everywhere. So what we try to do is we try to keep everything centralized and close, but we're dealing with other young kids that you know have their deals going out, AYSO and PAL and all those things. So we respect them in that manner. So it's a really hard deal, though. We try to have meetings, but we can't have too long meetings because they need enough time to transition over. So it's one of those things.
You and I are alumni of this school. We know how great of a campus this is. But athletically, it does face some challenges. I mean, in the area, there's Farrington, there's Pearl City, there's Aya, there's Radford. What are some of the challenges that you face as a coach?
The main thing is keeping the kids here because of the situations that arise, because of the area, the complex area. Like you said, we are dealing with a lot of different faces, if you will, with the IAs, the Radfords, the Pro Cities. So, a lot of these kids, they look elsewhere for those kind of things. And it's kind of a tall task trying to keep them here, because, well, hey, we can, practice here, but we might practice there, we might, so it's one of those things, but just kind of roll with the punches.
Let's talk about this year's team. One guy that stands out, at least in my mind, defensively, is a sophomore by the name of Micah Kim. You brought him up to the varsity midway through last season. What do you see in him that could be huge for the next 2 years of his career?
Well, with Micah is definitely he's a dime a dozen. His energy level, his motor, he has a consistent motor that never stops. And a lot of people don't realize that when we pulled Micah up last year, he was only a freshman. And he had short notice on the X amount of games, and he ended up third in tackling. And, that's not to take away from all the Ramelbs and the Rodrigues, all those guys, but that's just a huge testament as to the kind of person he is. He only knows one speed, so he's kind of like, coaches know that, you want the kid that you have to pull the reins back and say, whoa, but him, he's definitely one of those. Many of the kids that we come across as coaches in general, you kind of get them, giddy up, but Micah he's definitely something special. So he'll be a special focus on defense as well as on offense at running back.
What do you think of that offense?
It's gonna be good. It keeps everyone guessing. It keeps everything moving. It makes you think. Yeah. If I can make you think, you're ineffective. you know, so we'll see how it goes.
What do you think about coaching here, a place that means so much to you?
Oh man, I love this place. I take pride in this place. Because it wasn't like that a few years ago. You know, it's, it was definitely different in terms of the demographic of students, in terms of the mentality of students, you know. So it's amazing to see the huge changes, and yeah, it's good fun.
A lot of potential. I know a team that qualified for the HHSA Division I tournament last year, trying to win in the present to prepare for the future as well. So, buddy, thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir. Have a great one.
All right, well, the Trojans will try and go for their second consecutive state title. They're third in the last 4 years. We're on the campus of Mililani, and we're here with the junior quarterback, Dylan Gabriel. How you been, man?
Good.
How's your summer been so far?
It's been good. I got to get back to the weight room, focus on football more. Definitely got to go on some trips, visit Nevada and Boise, but it was a good one for sure.
You know, over these last 3 years, it's been so fun just seeing you grow and develop and mature as a quarterback. What do you feel like you've grown in over these last couple of years?
Definitely just everything, whether it's strength, size, just in the film room. Just keep improving. That's been the whole goal.
Give me a sense of what your work ethic is like when you're not here at practice. I mean, how much work are you putting in off the field?
First, usually around 10 o'clock in the morning, in summertime. My dad, work out in the morning together. Usually just bands, quarterback workouts, and then we get probably an hour of work, and then we get to some footwork and stuff like that. So.
You ever get sleep?
Yeah. It actually makes me sleep better.
You know, it's great that you mentioned that Nevada and Boise trip, and you just recently got your first offer over to Navy. Describe to me that feeling when a high school athlete gets that very first offer.
I don't know. It felt really good. That first offer is always going to be your, hardest, but, coming from a school like Navy, it's a prestigious school. I was honored, and for it to be Navy my first, it definitely means a lot.
What'd your parents think?
They liked it. My grandpa's he was in the Marine Corps, so, he wants me to go there, of course. And, but we're just waiting. We'll see what happens.
Of course, we all know that you're the son of the great Garrett Gabriel. I mean, what kind of influence did your father have on you growing up?
He's had a lot. Definitely playing the quarterback position is super hard, but it's a challenge I like to take on. He's helped me tremendously throughout the years, whether it's strength, being ready physically, mentally. He's been there. Keeps me level-headed when I'm up. He'll tell me what I need to work on, and when I'm down, he'll give me some confidence, and he just keeps me level-headed.
Is it hard being Garrett Gabriel's son? Do you get comparisons? I mean, what's that like?
Yeah, they bring it up, but personally, I don't like to. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just playing the game I love. It just so happened my dad's Garrett Gabriel. So.
And you get to do what you love with the rest of your team. What do the 2017 Mililani Trojans look like so far?
We got a definitely better attitude. We just got to keep working. I think, if we just keep going how we're working out this summer, I think we should be good.
What motivates you here? Well, what keeps that competitive fire lit for you?
I'm just a winner. I like to win, and if I can go out there and put up points for my team, and just seeing everyone happy, and it's a good feeling.
Is there pressure on this team to win yet again after taking home the D1 title last year?
For sure. There's always pressure for Mililani. It's a pretty good program, I think. And for us, there's a tradition instilled, and we're just trying to keep that tradition going. So,
more intense coach, Rod York, Garrett Gabriel.
You can get a little bit of both, to be honest. My dad, he's more hard on me behind the scenes, but Coach Rod, he's not afraid to show it.
All right, Dylan, well, I'm sure all of us are very much excited to look at the 2017 Mililani Trojans. We'll see them all season long on Spectrum XCast and Spectrum OC16. Before we go, I know quarterbacks love to hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
I need you to do me a favor. Can you hit that crossbar for me?
Of course.
Let's see it. Oh, the launch. Oh, there you go. Dylan Gabriel and the Mililani Trojans. That's how it's done. Kahuku up at the half in the first semifinal of our doubleheader here in the 2017 playoffs. Number 2 leads number 7, 21-7. As we welcome you back inside our booth, high atop Aloha Stadium. Felipe Ojastro, Darren Hernandez, Jimmy Bender coming up in just a second. Big storyline, obviously, of what has made Kahuku so famous nationally, and more importantly, locally. It's the defense here.
Amazing defense. The first 5 possessions for Campbell resulted in 5 punts. You know, it's just an amazing thing. 24 plays for -2 yards in one half of play. And the Kahuku defense, 9 sacks. What a performance.
Yeah, we take a look at the halftime stats, which are delivered by Pizza. All the numbers shift towards one side. 202 total yards of offense for Kahuku.
But again, look at the left side of the column, and you'll see all the sacks with the -56 yards on the ground for Campbell. Really balanced for Kahuku. Kahuku being snake bit with the penalties, 12 for 117 at halftime, but 2 for 2 in the red zone. And that last drive, they really started to find their stride on offense.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights in case you're just joining us, how we got to this 21-7 score. Centers to quarterbacks, the snaps have been difficult. There you see Matuato Waya, Soljay Maiava utilizing what has made him so great these last couple of years, but finally the touchdown in there for Toilele Fau, able to get this score, number 4 of the season, but the pressure just kept on coming here by Kahuku.
You know, Fatu Atuaia, I thought, had a momentum-changing pick during the second quarter, and that led to the touchdown by the Kahuku offense. And there you see Adkins Kupuka'a getting the lone score, and this big interception by Fatu Atuaia really changed the game for Kahuku.
It ended up in this touchdown pass to Heffernan, his 3rd of the 2017 season, on the final drive of the first half for Kahuku, able to lead 21-7. Let's check in downstairs. Here's Jimmy.
Hey, thanks a lot, Felipe and Coach Hernandez. And difficult time talking to both of the coaches at the half there. As you can imagine, they're both pretty disappointed over on the Campbell side. Coach Darren Johnson talked to him specifically about the snap problems because, as you mentioned, it's something that we saw last week. He said, look, we even changed centers and we're still having the problems. I said, what adjustments can you make going forward to the second half? He said, simply, quote, get better. Now, over on the Kahuku side, Coach Makoa Freitas said he just feels like his guys aren't paying attention to detail and they're not doing the little things. But I can tell you this, that touchdown there right before the end of the half made my conversation with him a lot easier. That's it from here on the field. Let's send it back up to Felipe and Coach Hernandez.
All right, Jimmy, thank you very much. So we'll see how each team will adjust as we get ready for Kahuku to have possession of the ball to start the third quarter. Don't forget, the Hawaii Emoji Blitz competition is off and running. It is heating up here. As the winner's bracket, a chance to win $10,000 for your school's athletic program. Consolation bracket, chance to win $2,500 for your school's athletic program. You've all done it before. Just use your school's logos in your messages and your posts. Right now, the playoffs in October the 27th. Go and download that free Hawaii Emoji app and get to texting. And please, text responsibly. Soljay Maiava in that first half. 9 of 19, 93 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Also able to keep drives thanks to his footwork. 6 rushes, 59 yards for a Kahuku team that has been so dominant, Coach, against OIA opponents. 31 consecutive wins against OIA foes.
Just an amazing record. I mean, these guys, Kahuku football, really in a class by themselves in the OIA. You know, Mililani has been tremendous over the last 4 years, but Kahuku with 25 OIA championships, they are just amazing.
A lot of smiles here for Kahuku. They played in a lot of very close first quarters and even first halves, but it's the third quarter where they tend to create that separation even bigger. Mickey Ayu ready to run this one back. Not often you're going to have a 6'1", 200-pound linebacker returning kicks for you. The guy who has 2 punt returns for touchdown this year. Going to take one back to the house on a kickoff. And we'll have to run it back from Ariel Villanueva. Villanueva, pretty good leg here for the Sabres, but they haven't been able to put him in a position where he can at least get points on the board. And right now, Campbell, a team that is trailing in the overall series 20-3. They've tied once. They've lost the last 3 head-to-heads against Kahuku. Campbell hasn't defeated Kahuku since the OIA third-place game of 2013. Mickey Ayu from the 10. Flag is down here on the return as Ayu takes it past the 30. We have 2 flags here. One from the side judge, the other from the head referee, Wade Miranda. RJ Tadeo able to come in and collide with Ayu on special teams with the tackle.
During the return, holding, 31. Kahuku, 10-yard penalty for the spot, first down.
It's on Sekope Latu.
And now that's 13 penalties for 127 yards. Coach Freitas cannot be happy about that. The penalties really have affected them, put them in some bad field position right from the get-go.
And on average, they're close to 100 penalty yards per game. They've already eclipsed that at about 27. From the ground here with Nawahine. Gonna run that one forward. Older brother Kaya Nawahine played safety for the Arizona Wildcats. Nawahine gained about 20 pounds. He's improved his speed. But really, there isn't too much depth at running back this year here for Kahuku. Yeah, they have guys who have played it before, but because of all the injuries that have racked up, they have a lot of fullbacks, but Nawahine, if he stays healthy, that's critical here for Kahuku to find success. Fake it to him. Maiava winding up, taking a shot down the field. Incomplete. After Alapa bumped into Duque. I think it's a good non-flag by the officials as Alapa ran into Duque on the sideline.
That time, Nawahine, who had the fake on the play action, was actually snuck out. Could have been an open receiver for Maiava. Maiava went for the deep pass, and now that brings up 3rd and 6.
Over 2 of 6 in this department here. Maiava to the middle, incomplete to Mataira, who was open, and from behind was Tawai. And a big win here for Campbell's defense, forcing Kahuku to punt on their first drive of the third.
And that would not have been a first down anyway. The route was short. You got to teach your receivers. You tell your receivers to play the sticks. You know, if you're going to run an 8-yard route and it's a 9 yards for a first down, you got to widen it out. You got to lengthen that route.
Kope, his first punt is a wobbler that hung up in the wind and gets a good bounce, though, as it went off a Kahuku player, looked like. It deflected right at around the 49-yard line. That's where they'll spot it after the punt of 30. And now officially 29 as they mark it at the 50-yard line.
First down, King. Kahuku. Ball be spotted there. First down.
And now if you're Campbell on offense, one of the main adjustments you have to come up with is how do you solve the protection problems? Your quarterback has been under fire the entire game. 9 quarterback sacks in the first half. How do you protect your quarterback? And that's going to be the big question mark. You're going to bring in an extra back in the backfield, looks like.
Here's Kobe Suwera. Kaipo throws it to Trotadaiti. It was short and incomplete. Guarding was Falatea. We have second down coming up here. That's a Campbell staff. It's going to be coaches. Mikali'i Lee, the defensive coordinator. Rocky Sama Inaya, also an assistant here. Out of the 4 semifinal teams, 3 of them will qualify for the Division I Open Championship. Begins the second week of November. So whoever loses this game will still have one more game. They'll take on the loser of either Mililani or Waianae, November 4th. Game 1 of a doubleheader on OIA Championship night. Handoff Salvito. Brought down Ayu. And Samson Kapule Si'ilata came forward and finished it off.
And Longa Thompson, big number 11, shot through. And he was untouched.
I tell you what, Longa Thompson, MCL, partial and full ACL tears in the last 2 years. He only played 4 games in that stretch. He's played 4 this year. Man, he's been banged up, but when he is healthy, he's as good as it gets in the state. Kaipo on third down. Fires for Trotadaiti, who brings that one in. Just the 5th first down of the game for the Sabres. Extends it all the way to the 33.
And the key, they brought in extra guys for protection. Now, great protection, but only 3 receivers out in the route. So they have decided, Campbell have decided, they're going to max protect and release 3 guys out on their routes.
It's the longest pass play here tonight for Kaipo and the Campbell offense. It's a gain of 21. From the 32, Kaipo winds up, nobody there, and Trotadaiti was cutting back in. Couldn't find him there as that one's just thrown away. Mentioned Campbell's offensive futility the last time that these 2 teams met. Here in this second half, it has been up a tick. They're at 16 offensive yards so far. Trying to make this a 1-score game. Campbell only had 26 total yards of offense the last time. Kaipo unloads it. It is high and incomplete to Henderson.
That time, 8. They had 2 guys out on routes, and they had an 8-man protection scheme to give Kaipo time. Now, again, the good with the bad. The good is your quarterback has a lot of time. The bad is only 2 receivers out in routes, and that can be really tough.
After we had big gusts in the first half, wind has remained relatively calm right now. Third down and 10. From the 32, Kaipo fires, and oh, wow, how about Henderson going to the ground and bringing that one in at the 23.
Again, 8-man protection. They kept a tight end in, 2 backs, and only 2 guys out. The 2 receivers in the routes and able to connect.
A slipper came off here for Henderson, so he has to go to the sideline. 4th down coming up here. Tafai's in as a receiver in the left slot. Will Kahuku remain disciplined or Campbell convert? Hard counting it and forcing Campbell to take a timeout.
Timeout, Campbell. First timeout of the second half.
Try to get a free 5. Kahuku stayed put. 4th and 1 when you come back.
Our old song was baby back, baby back, baby back. It was about ribs cause that was our thing. Our new ribs are bigger, the home menu's better, so we changed the song to be bigger than ribs. Chili's is back, baby back, baby back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby back, baby back.
Spectrum XCast is your home court for the New City Nissan Girls Volleyball Championships. Join us October 26th as the tourney winds down with a doubleheader in the D1 quarterfinals. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. The field is down to 8. Who will be crowned queens of the court? It's the New City Nissan Girls Volleyball Championships on Spectrum XCast. Proudly brought to you by Enjoy Snacks, IBEW Local 1186, and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby back, baby back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby back, baby back.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 1186, and its unionized electrical contractors are proud supporters of high school athletics and want to say good luck to all the student athletes and a huge mahalo to all the coaches and other volunteers that make it happen. 4th down coming up here for Campbell. Peter Manuma ready to take this snap now. He was a JV quarterback brought up just this past week. He takes off with it, running forward, and gets a first down here for Eva Beach. Welcome to varsity.
Wow, Peter Manuma brought up from the JV, only a freshman, picks his way in there for a first down.
He has great mobility. He's got a really good arm. Working with Darren Johnson, but he's a bit more mobile, so they slip him in. It's 1st and 10 at the 20, and here comes Cranston Keipel back. Keipel, high intercepted, taken away. Here's Manavomu. Manavomu ahead of the pack, and all the way home with a flag down on the return. As of right now, it's a 90-yard pick six, pending the penalty.
And that flag came out really late.
This was after the pick. Manavomu, his first interception of the season.
The pick will stand, but not the return.
And Kingsley Ayu looking on. Referees sort this one out. Manavomu, first year in the varsity team, was a stud in the JV squad last year. A lot of the coaches, even Sterling Carvalho, saying Mana always finds a way to get to the ball. After missing the last game against Kapolei, he comes back in here. Forces the turnover. We're going to see what this marker's all about here.
After the interception, we had block in the back, number 11. 10-yard penalty for that spot. First down, Kahuku.
Takes away the touchdown. Langa Thompson called for the penalty, but for Valmu, it's his first interception of the season. And Kahuku voicing their opinions about the men in the black and white stripes. 8:22 here to go. Let's see what Soldier Mayama has done these last 4 games. The last time he played Campbell, it was a season high and career high performance. At 193 against Kapolei in the quarterfinals. Tonight, he has 93 yards through the air on 9 of 21 passing. Hand it off Nawahine. Enoch Nawahine. Oh, this guy spins and wins every time.
And Nawahine looked like picked up some extra yards by bouncing off of the body of a Campbell defender here. Spun around. And right at the end here, that spin move that we've seen, that time bounces on the body of number 62, Tui Salo'o.
Nawahine's numbers tonight.
Amazing, only 8 carries for Nawahine.
Here's number 9, stopping on a dime. And To'ai saw him, wrapped him up. They're trying to force the football out and threw it. He'll gain a couple here.
Number 40 of Campbell must leave the game. His helmet came off.
Nawahine tried to reverse field here.
He's been banged up all throughout the scrimmage week back in late July, even when the season started, but just finds a way to push through the pain and make big impacts in a blur. Got some great runs. Here's a handoff. Straight up the gut. Kahuku trying to find some level of depth running the ball here.
And what they thought they had was Wes Alo Maiava, who's an amazing runner for the JV last season. And he's been injured most of the season.
Mahe able to get the carry there. And this throw is caught by Tongi. And Sitaleki Tongi tripping his way for first down at the 44-yard line inside Eva Beach Real Estate.
Nice job by Sitaleki Tongi, feeling the receiver on his inside shoulder, catches the ball, turns outside, gets enough for the first down.
To Tongi's numbers, brother of Leerod Tongi, who came through this Kahuku program a couple of seasons ago. Nawahine stretched out, got past Dana, Spresian, got a beat To'ai. Nawahine, touchdown. His second 44-yard Russian score.
Enoch Nawahine gets outside and just motors past everybody. The ball high and tight. Long strider. And now he's racking up the yardage now. Nawahine 10 carries, 121 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Heffernan on for the extra point. And this one helicopters its way inside the upright. Enoch Nawahine, 121 rushing yards tonight. 4th time this season over 100 and a 3-score lead. Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official provider for Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum XCast.
We are Ohana. We are Hawaii. We mama. We are Hawaii. Hawaii self-story. Hawaii self-story.
Semifinal number 2. You see Walter Young on the right, Ryan Lancaster on the left, defensive coordinator, getting ready to take on one of only 3 unbeatens remaining in the state. Waipahu's the other, St. Louis is one, Mililani, top seed in the red division. Waianae and Mililani coming up game 2.
And with the gray shirt there, that's Brian Smith, offensive coordinator, University of Hawaii, taking in some of the prep action.
Which on a bye week. They're taking some prep football here, and right now taking in a 28-7 Kahuku lead. So Kopelatu, who's been handling the majority of the kicking duties, will swipe at this one, and this one will be for Freitas at around the 12. Freitas, oh, just an ankle tackle away. Gets past the 30-yard line, though. Freitas limited reps coming off the bench, but they love his speed on special teams, and he is a terrific multi-use kind of athlete.
Good field position for the Sabres. Now they solved their protection problem on the last series. They kept 8 players in, a tight end, a fullback, a tailback, sent only 2 receivers out into the pattern. However, that interception derailed the drive. They were driving the ball on that.
Campbell will throw this one. Oh, Henderson gets blown up by Nohi Kaniho.
And Nohi Kaniho, I mean, you are not going to run the wide receiver screen on Kahuku. It's just not going to happen. They read this so well that even if you get the ball out there, they will have a guy, and he will be wrapped around your receiver real quick.
Wow. Campbell tonight, 8 of 19, 84 yards, trying to bounce back after throwing the interception on the last drive. Past the halfway point of the third. More pressure coming. Kaipo hit as he's thrown, and it's intercepted. Samson Kapule, Si'ilata. See you later. The pick 6.
Wow, what a gift for the other Samson. My goodness. And this is what pressure does. And big old Samson Kapule Si'ilata, 6'3", 255, gets play number 1 on his highlight reel right there, and gets an escort to boot.
If you're a Kahuku fan, you couldn't be happier for a guy like Samson Kapule Si'ilata. Matt Funga loving it on the sidelines. He is so underrated and overlooked these last couple of seasons. Having a breakout game here tonight. And it's a 35-7 Kahuku lead. Samson Kapule Si'ilata. We've been waiting for him to make a gigantic impact. Does it with a pick 6.
Rethink travel. Whether you're looking to take a leap with friends, spend quality time with your family, enjoy some much-needed relaxing, or pursue fun and adventure in your island home, we are Hotels for All. Aqua Aston Hospitality, Hawaii's Kama'aina-friendly hotel chain.
Whether you enjoy a day of surf and sand, or getting out and hitting the trails, make it a point to find ways to enjoy making the most of life. No matter if you're on your way or already there, you should remember to leave room to enjoy. Enjoy Snacks, a part of Hawaii for over 20 years.
Yeah, on the next episode of Sports People Hawaii, we take a look at professional polo as some of the top players from around the world show their skills here in the islands. Sports People Hawaii, Mondays at 7 p.m. only on Spectrum OC 16. Hello, Samson Kapule Si'ilata. He was crushing guys in one-on-ones all throughout the summer. But they've utilized him to an inside position up on the line. They've been flirting with him back outside. He was in the perfect spot to get the pick six. And Kahuku loving every minute of it right now. They're up 35-7. Number 13, Poki'i Atkins Kupuka'a. Atkins Kupuka'a was hit from behind. Thornton Alapa there.
And Kahuku loves special teams. Their players thrive on it. Their coaches make it an important part of their practice and their focus. And you can see it in the results. They always have the best return teams. They always have the best coverage teams. And lately, they've had really good kickers. There was a time when Kahuku would have to go for two back in the early 90s and mid-90s. Now they have the complete package.
Peter Manuma's the new quarterback in here. Led the JV Sabres to an OI quarterfinal round appearance. They lost to Mililani. His first varsity pass, he said as he's thrown, it's juggled and intercepted by Vomu. His second one tonight. How did he hang on to this?
Great individual effort by the sophomore. Going up high, and look at the tip drill to himself.
Fourth interception toss by a Campbell quarterback combined. The third straight drive that ends in a turnover here. A flag is down for Maiava, who scans, got a clean pocket, got all kind of time. Maiava fires, and incomplete. Got to check the flag, though. It was intended for Duke Heffernan. Dylan Duque walloped him from behind.
Maiava with a ton of time back there.
"14 flags against Kahuku for 137 yards. Campbell just 4 penalties for 25 yards. Interesting to see where this one will take the ball. The flag was tossed immediately after the snap. And here's Wade Miranda.
We have 2 fouls on a play by Kahuku. Holding, 77. That penalty is declined. We have an unsportsmanlike. Number 6. That's 15-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Wow. That's on Solje Maiava. The first hold was on Micah Matatirangi. I'm not sure what Maiava did there. He's trying to exchange mouthpieces. Is it enough to come back on the field here for Kahuku? Remember, Maiava missed a couple of games because of a shoulder injury that he suffered against Aiea. It was just before the Bingham trip. Thornton Alapa came in and played quarterback in that stretch.
Well, I'll tell you what, it could be not having a mouthpiece is a 15-yard penalty.
And he doesn't wear the mouthpiece with that attached strap. You see the penalty story here tonight.
Wow, 15 for 152. You had a touchdown called back on one of them.
Alapa's in the huddle right now. Makoa Freitas is asking the official for an explanation of what we assume to be the penalty that was assessed. And so, Maiava will have to sit out this play. They essentially treat it like an equipment issue. So, you know, if you have an undershirt that's untucked, they'll send you to the sideline. So I think that's the case here, as Alapa who has a 38% completion rate this season, will take his first snap at quarterback tonight. And he'll hand it off. Oh, pinballing off tackles. And again, there is a Tui Solo. Knocked down Mahe.
And this is a smart play for Kahuku right now. You got your backup quarterback in. Your starting running back has already had 2 touchdowns rushing. Bring the backup in, and backup running back, backup quarterback, run the ball on first down.
And so here is Mayama back onto the field with 4:45 remaining here in the third. Kahuku has scored in every period so far. They have 14 here in the third alone. Second down, Mayama, the middle, opened. It's incomplete. It was intended for Joseph Purcell as Jeremiah Toai was guarding him.
Joseph Purcell, one of those little guys, those little slot backs. He and Mataira go about 5'8", 145. Very shifty in the slot.
Had a number of hip injuries during his JV year, but didn't get a lot of time last season. Only caught 1 pass. This year he's caught 4. Nawahine is the back. Third down, and from here to Tita's Grill. Underneath, here is Nawahine. Nawahine slipping past tackles just past the 40. Dylan Duque able to get the stop. It is a gain of 7. And a punt here coming up here for Kahuku.
Kahuku has been its own worst enemy with the penalty situation. That has been what stopped them this time again.
Sekope Latu, the big right leg, gets ready to punt this one away. High hang time. Atkins Kupuka'a has to see this one. And this takes a great bounce here for Kahuku. Inside the 10 and down at the 5-yard line. 54 on the punt.
Special teams again. I mean, this squad, the offense, there's fits and starts. There's not a high completion rate. There's a lot of the run game is kind of a big play offense run game wise. They don't have a lot of guys backing up Nawahine. But the defense has been ridiculous, and the special teams has been just outstanding.
You talk about those special teams, Coach. We have 7 defensive and special team scores this season for Kahuku. Kahuku scored 19 touchdowns in those 2 categories combined last season. As Manuma, left side. And it is the sophomore who will run it. You know, during the past league season, the JV team didn't really have quarterbacks, so they brought up 2 guys who didn't practice prior to that past league game against Kamehameha. Also faced Waipahu in that mix, but Peter Manuma was one of them. And the one thing that stood out was his ability to unload a pretty good, strong ball down the field. Obviously, after being brought up to varsity, it's a much different animal, especially when you're playing the best defense in the OIA. Manuma fires high and incomplete, overthrew Ursua. Can you imagine being pulled up the week of Kahuku and then playing against Kahuku just 3 days later?
That is that is a rude awakening for any young quarterback. I mean, Cranston Kaipo had to face them twice in 3 weeks. And now you bring in a youngster who in his first action on the varsity level is against this ferocious defense.
Inside of 3 minutes here, this is 3rd and 1. Manuma will try and run it for a first down. Was stopped initially, but the spin in the second effort will move the chains. Bryce Beatty, the 6'3 junior, son of Byron Beatty, able to get the stop, but it's the second first down made here by Manuma.
Manuma is giving the offense a little bit of spark, kind of a different type of athlete. You know, Kaipo more of a in-the-pocket passer, and when you're having problems with protection and the scheme, maybe a change of pace guy like Manuma can help you.
Manuma will run it himself. He'll lean forward for about a yard. As JL Laveo, the linebacker, comes in to make the stop. Laveo, the transfer from Orem High School. Campbell trailing 35-7 here. Kahuku scored 14 in the first, 7 in the second, 14 in this period. Poki Atkins Kupuka'a, the only touchdown of the game here for the Sabres. Second down and 9. Content with Manuma running the ball. This is going to be taxing here for a sophomore to try and go up against some heavy hitters. Alan Talanoa helped lead the charge there.
Earlier, Felipe, we talked about the trio of sophomores and that they're going to have an impact on this game. Now, Adkins Kupuka'a does have a touchdown, but interestingly enough, that's his only touch of the ball game on offense. 1 reception, 9 yards, and a touchdown. No other touches on offense.
A good point, Coach. Manuma scans, got grabbed up high. He is brought down. Samson Kapule Si'ilata. Feed me more, he says. Ate him up.
Goodness. Samson Kapule Si'ilata. Remember that name. Talk about eating. He's having a buffet tonight with all the opportunities that he's getting in the pass game. I mean, he is just ragdolling people like a boss.
And even more credit to him. Didn't grab the face mask. Grabbed the shoulder pad and got right to him. Kuniho. On the punt return, he is stretched out, needing some blocks. And Kuniho will stay in and take it to the sideline. He loves drawing defenders in, trying to draw a late flag. As Kuniho goes down, it's right at the 50-yard line.
Flags on the play, but the return game again, just excellent. The blocking, the way they line up their return game and the way they execute blocks, just outstanding.
And Kuniho has a very casual style of returning kicks. He's just trotting along at Kapiolani Park, running back punts.
Traipsing along, waiting for that ball to fall to him.
.11 seconds here to go in the third.
We got a personal foul, number 3. We got a personal foul, number 32. Those penalties offset, we will re-kick.
Elijah Montalban and I'll make it Poki Atkins Kupuka'a for Campbell and Akamale Kahalepuna for Kahuku. Well, the pace of this game has really slowed down. The penalties have been a big contributor to that. Kahuku with 291 total yards of offense, and they ran just 6 more plays. They get off to re-kick this one here because the penalties have offset. Everyone's confused whether the ball was going to be spotted right there, but the offsetting penalties will give another chance for Kahuku to run it back deep. Kuniho's brother, Kaula Kuniho, doing terrific work, by the way, over at Boise State. And Tawai, end over end kick. Kuniho muffed it and scoops it up from around the 43. Went around the corner here, and he'll cut it back before being spun down.
I tell you what, Kuniho is just a unique talent. Both of the brothers, I mean, there's a long line of tradition of great punt returners.
He ran out the clock And Kahuku looking to run into the OI title game November 4th. They score 14 in the period. They lead 35-7. And you're watching the OIA playoffs
At the end of the third
here
quarter.
on Spectrum XCast.
As a new generation farmer, we learned a lot from those that preceded us.
Hard work, perseverance, and dedication to the land.
Consumer confidence is the most important factor for a successful farming.
Growing vegetables, raising cattle, or harvesting fruit.
We are all invested in a healthier, happier, sustainable Hawaii.
When I started farming, I had no mentor. It's important to help the new generation for our future.
We care about our land.
We care about our people, and that's
why we farm.
Want to watch Hawaii's best in high school sports but don't have a TV? OC16.tv is the online place to go, with more live high school games from the teams that matter to you, plus exclusive content every week, power rankings, impact players from Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum XCast. OC16.tv is your hub for your favorite high school games, online, all the time. Log on to your new home for Hawaii high school sports, OC16.tv.
All right, Coach, let's dive inside the digits. Take a look at the third quarter stats. They are delivered by Pizza Hut.
Campbell with 38 total yards after 3/4. Kahuku pouring it on almost 300. The big issue for Kahuku, 15 penalties, 152 yards in penalties, and that's only after 3 quarters with one more quarter to go. Just amazing stuff there. 2 for 2 in the red zone. They haven't really had the opportunity to score from the red zone. They've taken back interceptions. They've set up their offense with turnovers, great field position on kick returns. Again, their big problem has been penalties that really has hurt, especially the offense. It's really hurt the offense. False starts, 1st and 20 situations that really put them in a hole.
Start of the fourth year, winner takes on either Mililani or Waianae. The ball got right by Maiava. Had to be hopped on here by Kahuku. It's a loss all the way to the 40-yard line. We have a lot of extra words being shared between these plays. The center snapping woes have hurt both teams, more so Campbell, especially in the first half.
31.
I didn't see a penalty marker down.
I did see one late. I think they're going to get Sekopi
After the play is
Latu.
over, we got a dead ball. Personal foul, 31.
Oh my gosh.
15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Good call, Coach.
Looked like he was blocking, continuously blocking his, the defender well after the play. Sometimes, you know, look, in defense of some of these players, you're playing hard, and sometimes you don't, your back is turned away from the action, and you're just trying to do your job. And, you know, if it's not flagrant, if there's no grabbing or punches thrown, sometimes these kids are just playing hard.
Wahi off the handoff here, bouncing to the outside, trying to bust one, and he will try and get to the end zone. He will for the touchdown.
Well, what can you say about Kahuku? They wear you down with their defense. They always have the ability to hurt you in the run game. What a great job.
Busted one, taking it. An extra point away here. And Kahuku puts us in mercy rule timing.
Sione Mahe doing it up big here in the 4th.
It's a 55-yard Russian touchdown. And Kahuku, who averages 33 a game, able to put 42 up on the board. Man, Kahuku just picks you apart in so many ways.
You know, if Kahuku was a heavyweight boxer, they would just hit you with body blows. And look at the team comparison. Campbell averaging 29 points, Kahuku 33 total yards. Pretty even. Campbell with some gaudy numbers there.
Yeah.
But tonight, wow, they ran into this Kahuku defense that draws no quarter.
And those are OIA ranks here. So you look at the top 4, really, for Kahuku. In offense and defense. The only team above them, Mililani, averaging more than 40 a game. And here's number 40, Jesse Freitas, ready to run this kick back. Now we are in mercy rule timing. The clock only stops in 4 situations: penalties, injuries, timeouts, and scores. For the 13, here's Kianukea Koyaso da Camera, tripped up at the 20. Mahe again.
So Sione Mahe runs a 55-yard touchdown, straps it back up, and runs down on special teams and makes a tackle. That's a football player right there, no doubt.
So this clock will continue to spin here. Campbell, who scored that touchdown earlier in the first half. It was the first offensive touchdown that Campbell has scored against Kahuku since 2013. Isaac Hurd was the last guy to score an offensive score against the Red Raiders. Kaipo trying to draw him in with the fake on the give. Lean forward for a couple. With 10-10 to go, Alpine Erickson, 87 in the red and white, is on the defensive line here for Kahuku, and just was thrown in against Kapolei just to try and experiment how he would do. So he's going to play end. So up on that line at the top of your screen is Erickson. And, oh, Kaipo after Kahalepuna able to knock him down. Kaipo tried to sell the give. They got tripped up, ends up with the ball.
And now you see a whole bunch of Kahuku reserves in the game. Kahalepuna that time with a tackle for loss. And now it brings up 3rd and 9.
And the rain is back. It's been beautiful sleeping weather here, but the fans who had brought their ponchos are all condensed to one side of the stadium. Campbell will hand it off. Salvino runs right into a KJ Makatiog tackle, the state basketball champion from a year ago. He'll play basketball again this year to try and go back-to-back. Junior does the tackle there. 4th down coming up.
And no choice here by the Sabres, having to punt deep in their own territory on 4th and 5.
Timeout, Kahuku. First timeout of the second half.
So Kahuku will burn a timeout right here as they try to stare down the barrel of yet another OIA Division I championship game for the team that's won the last 2 in the OIA, going for their 26th in school history, with 8:31 here to go in the 4th. Big board. Take a look at what we got coming up. New City Nissan Girls Volleyball State Championship Tournament. We'll have quarterfinal action for you on Spectrum XCast that same night, though, on Spectrum OC16. Coach and I are here in Aloha Stadium, Pearl City and Waipahu with the Division II JV Championship. First time doing D2 JV at 4 o'clock. Pearl City and Waipahu duke it out again for the Varsity Championship in Division II. As Tawai's punt will take this one inside the 40. Here's Mickey Ayu, the 200-pounder. You gotta love that if you're a linebacker running back kicks. How often do you get to do that to the 48-yard line?
It is, again, it's amazing to see It is in the fourth quarter. I would be a little concerned about having your star defensive player returning punts, but the guy is just such an athlete. It speaks to his athleticism that you can have a middle linebacker, outside backer, wherever you want to put him, just a good-looking player and a punt returner as well, and still only a junior. I mean, it seems like Miki Ayu has been around forever.
Wes Maiava is now back. And he'll get the call. He'll run 4. And what a great comeback here for Wes Maiava, who had a fractured back, couldn't play majority of the season, did take a snap against Kapolei last week. He was on the JV squad, then went to Orem over in Utah, won a JV championship with Kahuku in 2015. But he has worked hard to get back into the lineup, and he's here in Aloha Stadium. Maiava after the rush of 5, and 2nd down and 5 coming up here. Handoff one more time, Maiava. That's what made him famous on the JV team. Nakoa Kalama, the tackle, to the 35, a gain of a dozen.
And this is exactly what Kahuku has been needing, because Nawahine, as we said, he's been carrying the load all season. If they get a healthy Maiava back, and with Sione Mahe starting to emerge, and they can have 3 guys carry the football, look out.
Harmon Brown last year up kind of shoulder the load. Elvis Vakapuna as well. Mahe's in. Left side run. On a cutback, he's ridden down to the turf. Oku 6 minutes away from a Division I championship game in the OIA, which we'll have for you November the 4th. I want to quickly talk to you as we have a man down here. Looks like Mahe. Who is this here? This looks like Mahe.
Yeah, it is Mahe.
Yeah. Slow to get up, so the athletic trainers will tend to him. A lot of people I know, when the OIA schedule came out, well, why is the OIA championship game on November the 4th? Well, October 28th, University of Hawaii plays here in Aloha Stadium. That's a Saturday. The 27th, the ILH has reserved that date for a potential playoff game in either Division I or Division II. Now, Thursday, October the 26th, is the JV Division II and Varsity Division II championships in the OIA. The scenario is likely this, as it's good to see Mahe at least being carried to the sideline. If St. Louis and Damien wins tomorrow night in Aloha Stadium, that Friday game on the 27th, the stadium's open because the ILH wouldn't need this date. So the OIA championships would move to the 27th. But if St. Louis or Damien loses, then the OIA D2 varsity and JV championships remain on the 26th. I hope all of you understood that. We'll repeat it in the second game, but that's the reason why the D1 title game is on November the 4th. Oh, by the way, the next week, it's the D1 Open semifinals. You go right into it. Play action, Maiava fires it over the top. It's incomplete. Just out of the reach there.
Lokata Enos, only a sophomore. Now, you think you're ahead 42-7 with 5:15. Why are you passing? Well, as you can see, Maiava is still not the greatest passer in the league. He's not the most accurate player. What makes him a great quarterback is he's a great athlete that can run and can hit timely passes and scramble and make plays on the run. I think Coach Freitas and the offensive staff trying to get him to be more accurate from the pocket, so they're working on that aspect of his game right now.
He's facing a 3rd down and 2 coming up here for Kahuku. Oh, big pop right there. The ball came out. Jeremiah Tawai hit Wes Maiava. And it's Sabre ball here.
Wes Maiava got popped in the hole. Tawai has been outstanding. And it looked like Maeva almost got his own fumble, and then he actually hit it away from his body.
Yeah. And Tyrese Tafai ends up with the recovery. After Tawai delivered the big stick, it's a good defensive play from him. Hard to believe that those two guys are just sophomores. Remember, they were the only three guys as a freshman starting on defense for the Sabres last year. Manuma back out for another series of work. Manuma 0 for 2 through interception. And Manuma will take it across that right side.
And here comes the wind again.
Yep.
It had disappeared for the whole third quarter. There was 0 wind, and now it's come back. But Peter Manuma, I like this kid. Very athletic, and 7 rushes, 15 yards. I like the ponytail. Maybe I'm just jealous because I don't have hair, but that looks pretty cool.
Second down and 8 coming up. Manuma left side. First down. Manuma cuts it upfield. Pushed out by Mosese Mo'o, the senior. And a good run to the 47-yard line and a run of 19 here for Peter. How valuable are these reps for him?
Oh, this is big. I mean, he came up from the JV and he gives the varsity offense another option. Now he's doing it in what would be considered garbage time against the reserves of Kahuku, but he's still doing it against Kahuku. He's still doing it in a championship type of tournament setting, and those are important reps.
With Kaipo only being a junior, these two guys are the future here, that quarterback position for Darren Johnson. As that run is to the 50-yard line, 2 minutes here to play. On paper, I think a lot of people anticipated Kahuku and Mililani to meet in the final. For the people who kind of filled out their bracket around that time, half of that equation will be met.
No doubt that Kahuku and Mililani, from start to finish, have been the most impressive teams in the OIA.
And they've done it different ways as well. As we have a timeout taken by Kahuku.
Timeout, Kahuku. Second charge timeout.
They've done it different ways. Kahuku blistering numbers, and more than 40 points per game. We'll take on a YNI team that has been finding ways to creep into the state tournament. When we take a look at the bracket, out of those 4 semifinal teams, only 3 of them are going to make it to the Division I Open Tournament, which begins the second weekend of November. The 2 winners from tonight's semifinal games will lock up their state tournament spots. The 2 losers will play in a third-place game, November the 4th at 4 o'clock. We'll have that for you on Spectrum OC16, Spectrum XCast. But Kahuku tonight. And that man, his first season as a head coach after spending a number of years as an assistant. Unsatisfied until the state championship trophy comes back to Kahuku. That's been the mentality all throughout this season. Manuma fires, Henderson catches. Ridden down there by KJ Makatiag. And with 75 seconds here to go. It looked interesting when Campbell scored and made it 14-7, but since then, 28 unanswered from Kahuku.
Kahuku's so tough. It's so tough to play with them. You have to create turnovers. You have to control the tempo of the game.
Manuma keeps it and throws it incomplete. Intended for Kobe Sueira. You know, it's interesting because this is a Kahuku team with 42 points, but they have 167 penalty yards. So even when Kahuku's shooting themselves in the foot, they're putting up some gaudy numbers here.
Amazing. They have 369 total yards, and think about all of the plays that were called back and they were penalized against. They would be close to 500 yards in offense.
And short 7 points after a pick 6 was called back for an illegal block in the back. Final play of the game. Manuma wants to load up. The pressure came. And down he goes. Alan Talanoa, the final tackle, and Kahuku moving on to the OIA championship. A 42-point performance. They scored 45 against Campbell just a few weeks ago. Another 40 spot here tonight. And the Red Raiders able to win yet again. Both sides of the ball outstanding here for Kahuku. In the top seed in the blue, moving on to the Division I championship game.
The New City Nissan Girls Volleyball State Championships are only on Spectrum OC16. October 27th, the tourney heats up. It's the D1 Semifinals. Then on October 28th, it's Title Night with the D2 and D1 Championship games. Coverage for both nights begins at 5 p.m. Postseason volleyball exclusively on Spectrum OC16. Proudly brought to you by New City Nissan, Zippy's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, and Chopo.
We're a lot like you. We have a passion for learning, communicating, working on the clock and off. And just like you, we don't like limits. Which is why we're determined to deliver unlimited bandwidth and faster internet speeds. That's who we are. Spectrum.
Kahuku from the get-go led and never looked back. And now they're looking ahead to November 4th here in Aloha Stadium as they will play for the OIA Division I Championship. 42-7 the final. Kahuku remains unbeaten against Hawaii teams and will take on either Mililani or Waianae. Just dominance here. That's the only word you can describe Kahuku's performance here tonight.
I mean, it was just amazing to see. They dominated in all phases of the game. Campbell had 50 plays for 73 yards. I mean, it was just a dominant performance on all levels by this Kahuku defense that set the tone early and often, and an offense that found their running game, not only with Inek Nawahine, but backups, guys like Sione Mahe emerging, and even Wes Alo Maiava. They're going to need that running combination in the backfield in the playoffs.
How about the backup quarterback, Peter Manuma? What did you think about him here for Campbell?
I thought he was good. Yeah, he looked good.
All right, let's take a look at our impact players here. First, for the Campbell Sabres, who will come up short. They'll play in the third place game, but Jeremiah Tawai on defense was outstanding here.
8 tackles, 1 interception, 2 broken up passes, 1 fumble force. I mean, what else did this guy do? I mean, give him a zip pack with extra salad. I mean, he was an amazing player tonight for the Sabres, no doubt.
And easily the most consistent guy here this evening for the Campbell Sabres. But tonight, it belonged to Kahuku and Inek Nawahine, who is the impact player, and he's standing by with Jimmy Bender.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Felipe and Coach Hernandez. Inek, welcome back to the post-game interview. We saw you earlier in the season. You guys have so many players that can make impacts. We're seeing you again now. First off, that spin move in the first half. Show me that move again. Let me see. It's
something I've been working on. Something I've been trying to work on getting to the second level. Trying to make defenders miss, instead of trying to look out for contact. So trying to make a move.
Coach Hernandez compared you to Barry Sanders on that move. Are there any other running backs that you idolize, you like to mimic after?
Oh, definitely. D'Anthony Thomas, number 6 from Oregon, and then playing at the Chiefs right now. He's a versatile back. He can run in the backfield, and he can also catch the ball, with his hands, and really good speed, vision.
You didn't play with the team last year when they won the OI championship. You transferred in this year from Punahou. What's your thoughts on the season so far with this team?
A lot of people were worried, losing a lot of seniors, not a lot of leaders this year. We really had to work hard to step up. We want to open up the passing game this year, and that's exactly what we're doing. Widening out the defense, using our receivers, and they really stepped up these last couple games, which is awesome because we're definitely going to need them in the playoffs. Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Good game tonight. He's your impact player, number 22, Enoch Nawahine. Back to you guys.
There are people who thought he was a little underutilized over at Punahou. Only had about over 400 rushing yards. He's among the leaders in the state, and here's why, about 12 per carry tonight.
10 rushes, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns, including that beautiful spin move. Here he is breaking it to the outside, long strider, ball high and tight. He is the man in the backfield for Kahuku. Very, very excited to see him in the championship game.
4 times he's rushed over 100 yards in a game. As you take a look at the play of the game, it is brought to you by Taco Bell. We shine the spotlight on its defense again, and Mana Valmu, off a heck of a deflection, stayed with it and brings it in for the interception. One of 2 he had here tonight, Coach.
He was outstanding, only a sophomore. And in that, look at the concentration. And we talk about the tip drill. A lot of defensive backs practice the tip drill, but it's rare for the tip drill to be tipped to yourself and to catch the ball. So that's an amazing feat, athletic accomplishment for that young man.
And so Kahuku has punched their ticket into the OI Division I championship game November 4th. The question is, who will they face? It is game 2 of our doubleheader. It is coming up next here on Spectrum XCast Channel 1021. It is the undefeated Mililani Trojans ready to take on the Sea Riders, looking to come up with the big upset. Waianae and Mililani coming up next in about 20 minutes. Final score here from Halava. An easy victory here for Kahuku. 42-7. The Red Raiders are back in the Division I championship game in 2 weeks. With Jimmy Bender, Darren Hernandez, Felipe Ojastro, we'll meet you right back here in Halava as we continue our coverage of the OI playoffs here on Spectrum XCast.
This live sports presentation was proudly brought to you by New City Nissan, Zippy's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, and Chopo, Hawaii's Police Officers Union. If you would like to purchase a DVD copy of this event, please visit the shopping section of our website, oc16.tv. Programs generally available within 2 weeks of first airing. High school sports exclusively on Spectrum OC16.
OC16 proudly presents the first in a 2-part series, looking back at